Tonight's CCIW women's basketball game is between the Elmhurst College Blue Jays and your North Central College Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, before tonight's game, we would like to take a moment to recognize the North Central College seniors for their years of hard work and commitment as members of the Cardinal women's basketball program. Kick-starting things off tonight, number 12, Miranda Grizzappi. Miranda is accompanied by Gary and Nan Grizzappi. She's a four-year member of the Cardinal program and will finish her career as the all-time leading three-point shooter, becoming the first player in program history to eclipse 200 made three-pointers. Her 202 currently sits her atop the all-time list. Last season, she made 65 three-pointers to break the program's single-season record, while her 49 made threes in 2014-15 ranked tied for fifth. Miranda has earned academic all-CCIW honors each of the last 3 seasons. And exercise science major from Batavia, Illinois, Miranda Grizzappi. Our next senior tonight, number 24, Jamie Cooney. Jamie is accompanied by Jim and Kathy Cooney. She's a 3-year member of the Cardinal program after transferring from the University of Illinois Springfield. A third-team All-CCIW selection the last 2 seasons, Cooney has entrenched herself in the record books as the most prolific shot blocker in program history. She's the only player to eclipse triple-digit blocks as her 225 career block shots rank atop the all-time program list. She also holds the top 2 spots on the single-season blocks list as her 95 blocks last season broke her own record of 91 set in 2014-15. Additionally, Jamie ranks 7th on the career three-point list with 118 made threes, while ranking 10th with a career three-point percentage of .318. Jamie also recorded the first triple-double in program history with 12 points, 12 rebounds, and a school record 10 blocks against Barrow University on December 10th, 2014. She has earned academic all-CCIW honors the last 2 seasons. A mathematics and secondary education major from Naperville, Illinois, Jamie Cooney. Our next senior tonight, number 32, Paula Zarante. Paula is accompanied by Dave and Karen Zarante. She's a 4-year member of the Cardinal program, playing in her 100th career game tonight. She's averaged a career-high 8.5 points per game this season, and currently ranks 7th on the program's all-time steals list with 134. She earned academic all-CCIW honors each of the last 3 seasons. An accounting major from Chicago Heights, Illinois, number 32, Paula Zarante. And last but not least tonight, number 35, Anita Sterling. Anita is accompanied by Mike and Janet Sterling. She's a 4-year member of the Cardinal program and is in the midst of a career year, both offensively and defensively. She's averaging a career best 10.4 points per game, while already eclipsing her previous season highs in steals and blocked shots. She currently ranks 5th on the career three-point field goals list with 126, and 9th on the career blocked shots list with 46. A sport management major from Lombard, Illinois, Anita Sterling! Ladies, North Central College thanks you for all of your contributions to the college, and we wish you the very best of luck in your future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise, face the flag above the west end of the court, and join the North Central Athletic Band under the direction of Dr. Sean Kelly as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, revisiting Blue Jays from Elmhurst College. Starting on the guard line of 5'8" senior, number 11, Kalia Summerlin. A 5'8" senior guard, number 22, Erica Johnson. The other guard, a 5'9" senior, number 33, Hannah Whitman. And one forward, a 5'9" junior, number 22, Kayla Jones. And the other forward, a 5'11" junior, number 32, Michaela Hepburn. The Blue Jays are coached by Tiffany Carrillo, assisted by Todd Shorman, Kaylee Russell, Katie Epstein, and Devin Vaughn.
Senior night here at Gregory Arena. Thank you for joining us for this doubleheader between North Central and Elmhurst. First, the women kick it off, and then senior day will be Jagger Anderson night, and the men's one coming up as he's the only senior for the men's. I am Eric Gruber here with Kevin Jackman, and Elmhurst coming in, winning the first of these two meetings, 103-81. North Central emotions are going to be running high on senior night.
Certainly will, and there's 4 of them, and they're all in the starting lineup tonight, and they will have another opportunity to play at home. That's the nice thing, but recognize in front of the home crowd here on a Saturday with the place packed, it's going to be a nice night for these seniors. Women, one more game at home. Men, this is the last game at home for them tonight, as the women will host Carroll on Wednesday, and this will be it for the men here at Gregory Arena. Anita Sterling starting at the 4, which she has never done in her career, just because all the seniors are starting. And she started last game at the 5, but your starting lineup for the Cardinals is Heimerdinger, the only junior in the lineup, with Grizafi, Sterling, Cooney, and Zorani, the seniors. And Zorani right away
Gets the tip. The starting lineup for Elmhurst is Kayla Summerlin, Kayla Jones, Erica Johnson, Michaela Eppert, and Hannah Littman. The first one to take a shot is the only non-senior on the floor, Heimerdinger.
It's got to be kind of nice for her to be starting alongside these seniors, knowing that she'll at one point join them in the ranks.
And first basket of the game is good by Littman. In the first matchup between these two teams, North Central had a 16-point lead early in the second quarter. I believe it was 29-13, and then Elmhurst just turned on the Jets. And from then on out, it was all Blue Jays.
This is a very talented team, and they're led by a very good player, Michaela Eppert, who, as you will probably mention at some point tonight, absolutely went off against them in that first meeting.
Only had 39 points in the first matchup, but the biggest stat that I saw and I remember from that game was Elmhurst was 24 for 24 from the free throw line in the first matchup between these two teams. When you talk about a good free throw shooting team, you don't miss, you can't get better. So I can guarantee you that's part of the game plan for North Central. They're not sending the line nearly as much. And they're a very good shooting team as well, as that one halfway down and comes out.
A very good look right there, and it was opened up by that shot fake, the pass fake over to the corner.
That was Summerlin. Now Cooney gets the first baskets of the game, the first basket of the game, excuse me, for North Central, and it's a senior, and that's a three, and a quick substitution timeout from Coach Roof. That was kind of a long shift for them, almost a minute and a half, so a new 5 in for the Cardinals. Dimitrova looks like she'll be playing the 5 as she has kind of switched between the 4 and the 5 in the last 2 weeks.
Nice to see Jamie Cooney getting on the board early. We saw in the last game Anita Sterling with 5 first quarter three-pointers.
That was a pretty impressive quarter, to say the least. 15 points in the quarter, let alone 5 threes, is pretty unheard of.
Considering 7 is the record over the course of a full contest, yeah.
Foul there will be on Shannon Ryan. First team foul and first foul of the game. And we'll see a lot of Michaela Eppert inside, and she gets her first basket to go. Give the Blue Jays a 4-3 lead. And O'Neal wastes no time, comes back down, knocks down a 3. Hannah Littman. Go ahead, what were you going to say? Oh, there's a travel.
Well, I was going to say it was nice to see the Cardinals get up and down the floor, because at times this year it's been difficult for them to get into that set where they can jack up that quick shot within 5 seconds of the shot clock starting. And seeing that right there from Sierra O'Neal, it's a good sign early on.
When her shot's going, that opens up the rest of her game, because she's a very good slasher and driver, but when her shot's not going, that's when she gets in trouble, because the defense lays off her. But when she doesn't need to be knocking down every shot, but when she is knocking them down, she just blows by right away, because she has such a quick first step. Lindsey Brennan will wheel around inside, not able to get it to go with the left, and she is a lefty, but not able to convert down low. She's been playing very well as of late as well. And the pass almost out of the hands there of Erica Johnson. And looks like we're going to have a kicked ball underneath.
I was just about to say, really nice possession. Obviously didn't result in anything to this point, but crisp, decisive passing for Elmhurst. And if there's one thing that you need to beat this defense, it is people who know what to do with the basketball.
I was just going to say the two things that beat the system are usually teams with really good guards or really good passing teams. And a really good passing team is Elmhurst. A great reverse layup there by Paula Zorani, and the senior gets her first basket to go here on senior night. And there's a steal. Brennan inside to Vickus, and the left-hand layup is good. And this little deja vu of the first matchup between the two, as North Central got off to a hot start. And Elmhurst kind of settled down and just took over. So right now the Cardinals obviously want a good start, but you need to keep your foot on the pedal. And there's going to be an open 3 ball for Jones. And going to be North Central ball. That's one of those you don't really know. Could you tell that was off Elmhurst there?
It looked like somebody batted it towards the corner, and it was last touched by Elmhurst, but it's one of those 50-50 balls where everybody's going up and you see a whole bunch of hands reach towards the roof.
Those are one of those where if the ref owes a team a call, it goes that way.
It's too early for that.
Yeah, I don't know about that yet. 3 ball corner, Walls, no good, and Grzafi crashing the glass. Sterling, a little long on the 3 and rebounded by Michaela Eppert. And they got numbers, and it's going to be Littman. Wide open lefty layup is good.
Well, that's the only pitfall of having Anita Sterling play the 5 and also one of your more explosive players on the offensive end. She's so tenacious, she'll never want to give up on a possession, but she has to be that trailer who gets back and anchor the defense.
And she's going to try another one left side. That one is good. And she's enjoyed first quarters here at Gregory Arena in the last week. She gets her first 3 to go. A good contest there by Sterling causes Eppert to miss that one. But Elmhurst regains possession with the offensive rebound.
Probably the most impressive part of Sterling's game, and of course, as I'm about to say this, she gets called for the foul. But she is so disciplined underneath that basket. She knows not to jump. She knows when not to commit. And then at the same time, she knows when to take that offensive charge, which she is by far the best player at doing just that.
She just got that foul called on her there. She's claiming to the referee that Eppert pulled her arm down. And we'll see if the refs keep an eye on that. I didn't see that, but we'll see if the refs keep an eye on that. That might be something to look forward to. Because usually when the player alerts the ref of something, they look for it. It's like the 3 seconds, and then 1 second later, 3 seconds is called. And yes, an extra step there by Cooney. She took 1 step over the volleyball line too many. I don't think she thought so, but I could kind of see that it was a quick 3.
Little indecisiveness as soon as she caught the basketball, and that appearances just about everything with traveling calls. If you do it with conviction, odds are the referees are going to be hesitant to call it. But if you just stop kind of awkwardly in the middle of the floor, it's a little bit easier to call.
Act like you didn't travel.
Yeah. It's like if you mispronounce somebody's name. If you say it like you know it, a lot of people won't question you.
Well, you
like,
didn't, well, not you, but me, everyone that said Zarante forever didn't think they were wrong, and they were wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And a little mid-range jump shot there is good. And all of a sudden, a 2-point game, Elmhurst creeping right back into it. O'Neal going to try another one, left side 3, nope. And Lippman tracks it down.
Not the best shot selection, falling away to the left near side corner. And for a right-handed shooter, it's really hard to fall away and kind of try and push that ball back towards the basket.
Corner 3 from Jones is good, and this Elmhurst team very efficient from beyond the arc. In the first matchup between these two teams, Elmhurst from 3, 7 of 12, very good percentage. Wallner with a good move inside as she has moved to the 4 in the last week, and she's done a very good job down there.
That's a nice feat from Michaela Reedy as well, was surveying the floor from the baseline and saw that her best option happened to also be the shortest one, and Wallner right underneath the basket.
Jones loses it for a second, now gets it up to Lippman. And Elmhurst's going to pull it back out. You can tell they have a game plan against this, and they're going to look for the most wide open shot they can get, and that's not one there. There's a good contest. Rebound tipped out from Cooney into the hands of Lippman now, and a steal by Reedy. No numbers, and a good decision there.
Great decision. Obviously, with 3 players in front of you, it's going to be a tough task to get to the basket.
O'Neal, tough fadeaway runner, but rebounded by Wallner. And Ryan trying to get one in there. She gets her own rebound. The Cardinals are going to reset.
Not the best boxing out right now for either of these teams. A lot of offensive rebounds.
Another post move inside from Wallner. That's 2 in a row, and the Cardinals lead 17-14 here, just under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. And you see Lippman with the ball a lot on this press. She does a good job of just being patient and finding the open teammate. A nice pass down there to Eppert, and she gets a little lefty. I don't know if you want to call it a Euro, but a little sidestep.
That was crafty, just slid into the open spot. What a block, too.
Cardinals right now, looks like they need a new shift as they're tired. Reedy goes up, low contact, no foul called, and Coach Roof yelling for a timeout. And she's going to get her substitution timeout, 2 in the first quarter.
Those 5 players huffing and puffing off the floor, but a pretty effective shift right there as they're able to take that 3-point lead. But a lot of times trying to really pressure this Elmhurst team into turnovers. They got at least 3 during that shift.
This Elmhurst team, like you mentioned, the turnovers, they do such a good job of taking care of the ball. In the last matchup, they turned it over early and then just settled down. Zarani going from behind.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, I think it was kind of just a smart play there by Coomer to kind of stop and have Zarani run into the back of her. 3:15 to play here in the first quarter. Cardinals lead by 3 here on senior night. Corner 3 ball good. That's Summerlin.
Well, that disappeared real quick. This is a team that has already shown tonight that they're adept at hitting those long-range shots.
And Zorani knocks down the three from the other corner to answer Summerlin. And I want to mention it. It's obviously tough, but it's not impossible. The Cardinals are not mathematically eliminated from CCIW tournament play, but they would need Augustana to lose out and for North Central to win out, and North Central matches up with Augustana in their last game. So they do obviously need a lot of help, but it's not mathematically impossible.
It's all about the math. But hey, you know, obviously with that carrot dangling out in front of them, they'll want to try and win these games, but they're going to be doing that regardless, and especially so tonight with the seniors. They want to send them out on the right note, and taking down a team like Elmhurst, who is 17-5 on the season, including 9-4 in the CCIW, that would just be real sweet. Kind of reminds you last year of the matchup against Illinois Wesleyan, who came in as the top-ranked team in the conference. They were number 1 in the standings, came in here senior night, and fell to this North Central team.
It sounds weird that, well, why don't they just come out that emotion every night? But senior night's just a different feeling, and obviously it's not for everybody, but for the seniors, they want to get a win. It's not their last game here, but it's going to be their last Saturday game here with a bigger crowd. So you just play with a different type of feel, I guess, and you want to go out with a win always.
It's not a matter of want to on senior night. It's just natural emotion and natural feeling that you just kind of have that you can't control. You can't bring that every night. That's just not possible.
Sometimes you get too emotional, and that can affect how you play as well in a bad way.
A little too jacked up is certainly a possibility, and that is a strange sequence right there with Maddie McHugh.
Maddie McHugh stole it away on the inbounds and goes up and gets it ripped away. Close to a jump ball, but I like the no call for the jump ball. They're a little too quick. It'll be Cardinal ball underneath. A deep three there from McHugh. No good. And rebounded by Elmhurst. Here comes Henderson with it now. 3-ball, left wing. Nope. Good box out there by McHugh, but unable to corral the rebound. That was Summerlin on the 3 attempt.
Well, right now, Eppert off the floor, and the Cardinals want to exploit that, but great ball movement.
The Cardinals just got a rebound right now. They got a young lineup out there. 3 freshmen to go with Sterling and Ryan. And they're going to change it up, new 5. Sellers, Bradley, and McHugh, all 3 freshmen out there. The toughest part of the system to learn is the defense. So that's always an interesting lineup when you have a lot of young players out there.
Now I could see this lineup right here really sticking it to the Blue Jays with Eppert off the floor. Cooney imposing down low, and Heimerdinger from outside.
Heimerdinger doesn't get that one to rim in as it tried from the corner. And here comes Henderson.
If I'm the Cardinals right now, and this holds true whenever Cooney's on the floor, push them inside. Take away those outside shots, force them to drive, and kind of suck them up into the black hole that is Cooney, who's just an absolute blocking machine.
The mid-range jump shot was good there by Gerke. And here comes Cooney trying to force her way in, not able to get it to go. Maybe a little bit out of control, that's why he didn't get the call there. And we got a tie game here, just over a minute to play in quarter number 1.
Yeah, that was a tough angle. Slicing away from the basket, going with the offhand.
I was just about to say that's going to be a tough layup going against Cooney, and she does a great job of adjusting in midair. There's Johnson to the line now to try to complete the 3-point play.
I've always been amazed at the players who display the ability to use their body almost as a shield and contort it in a way where they can put it between the defender and the ball and somehow flick it up and know exactly where they are in space. You talk about the men's team, and Jagger Anderson is incredible at doing that. Just the acrobatic maneuvers in the air. He uses his back as some separation between him and the larger defenders.
The best women's player I've seen do it here was Godhart. She just did a really good job of not getting blocked underneath, and like you said, did a good job of shielding her body and just using it as a shield.
She wasn't the tallest player, wasn't the most athletic player. She just had this great combination of being able to know exactly where she was on the floor and get some great extension with her shot.
And that's a big part of being down low in the post. So you aren't always looking at the basket, so you need to know exactly where you're at, and that just comes with a lot of practice.
You know, the best player, period, that I've ever seen here at North Central doing that in the post is, I don't know if you remember this, Landon Gamble. who came in, started as a freshman. I believe it was 2010, played 4 years, and was by far the most poised post player I've ever seen.
He was here my first 2 years when I was here, and he didn't panic down there. He took his time.
Great footwork, too.
Didn't rush. He just did a very good job down low all the time. And there's a steal, a breakaway layup.
Oh!
We got a hard foul. O'Neal checking to see if she's okay. And O'Neal's a little shaken up as well. It's Lisa Logan. Looks like Logan's okay.
It looked like, I'm not going to say it was a clean block because there was certainly contact, but that was very close to being one because she was trailing, but she got a majority of the ball up top. If not for the contact down low, that would have been a highlight block for O'Neal.
Sometimes the momentum of the ball can even take you down, even if it's not any contact at all. She knocks down both free throws and extends their lead now to 5. It's the biggest lead of the game so far for Elmhurst. Just over 30 seconds to play. And there's going to be a foul, only going to be a second team foul on Elmhurst. I'm sure Coach Roof and company are going to have something to say about that after the first quarter, looking for some more fouls to even them up. Brennan with it over to O'Neal now, who's already knocked down 1 3, and now they're going to try to even them up a little bit in a little hand check foul. Not much there. I'm going to call that on Logan. She doesn't agree. That's her second foul, so Lippman's going to check in for her. That might be it for her for the first half.
Interesting first half for the Cardinals, who have at times looked like they've been in control of this game, but now suddenly trail by 5.
And you don't see that often. A mid-range jump shot from the Cardinals. That's O'Neal, about halfway down and comes out. Dimitrova doing a good job back on the press there to force the Blue Jays to pull it back out, and 5 seconds left. Lippman cross-court hits the rim, and now an open 3-ball. Why not? Summerlin, and I don't even know if you give an assist on that. A little luck involved there as the pass goes off the rim, and they have a laugh about it in the huddle over there. But 30-22, Elmhurst leads, and they close the quarter on a big run of their own to extend the lead to 8.
And they did so without Michaela Eppert, which is the most impressive feat of all. Ball movement was certainly crucial in that first period for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Being able to be decisive with the basketball and knowing where your teammates are going to be against that blitzing zone defense that the Cardinals put on. It's impressive, and it's why they lead by 8 after 10 minutes of play.
Eppert 4 for 6 from the field, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 9 points in that first quarter to lead Elmhurst. Summerlin right behind her with 6, and she is 2 for 4 from distance. Jones, 3 points, 3 assists, doing a good job of manning it, and Eppert already 4 rebounds to lead the Blue Jays. So the end of the quarter belonged to Elmhurst completely, but the first, I'd say 6-7 minutes was all North Central.
I would agree with that. They dominated the pace of the game, which is something that they want to set out to do on a nightly basis. If you talk to Coach Michelle Roof, that is the most important issue. And we've discussed this in the past. As the quarters roll along, the Cardinals get stronger because other teams happen to be wearing down because of the pressure. But the opening quarter, you need to establish your dominance. They did that against Milliken the last time they were on this home floor. They got to try and come out with that intensity here in the second quarter and put the pedal to the metal.
Eppert is back on the floor now for Elmhurst, standing right next to Sterling near the basket. And Cardinals have Dolly, Vickus, Ryan, Sterling, and Zarani on the floor for a new 5 to start the quarter. 3-ball right corner. Nope. Off the back of the rim, and rebound crashed for inside, and a loose ball won by Elmhurst. Right now, when you're losing like North Central, you got to get every loose ball. Right now, Elmhurst looks like they just want it more.
That was a tremendous individual effort from Michaela Coomer.
Mid-range jumper, good. That is Kayla Jones. Extends the lead to double digits. Just like that, Elmhurst is up double digits, and it seemed like North Central had a chance to be up double digits not too long ago.
It's crazy how these games tend to swing quickly, especially in this women's game, where the Cardinals, their style of attack is kind of prone to wild swings and being up and then all of a sudden being down.
We'll call a carry violation on Zarani. And you saw another hand check foul called by Elmhurst, and they're going to be forced to keep their hands off, as that was 3 in about a minute of game action was called on Elmhurst. 3-on-1 effort, running point, I guess you could say, on the 3-on-1. Kayla Jones with it, looking for somewhere to go. A little dribble handoff. Going to the basket, and a great job moving the ball. And inside to Eppert, lefty layup, good. And just patience for the Blue Jays right now is giving them this commanding lead.
And not much you can do down there for Hannah Victus, who at the point where Eppert receives the ball in the post, because she's so deep, you have nowhere to go. The only hope you have is to foul, and that certainly isn't going to be the best option for the Cardinals.
You see some frustration with the Cardinals right now, a little miscommunication there as Ryan and Vickus both saw the loose ball, kind of looked at each other like who was going to go for it, and neither of them did. It results in a foul on Ryan. That's her second. Elmhurst is just very patient with the basketball, taking their time and getting the shot that they want, not the shot that North Central wants them to take. And that passes to the cheerleaders and out of bounds.
Well, early on it looked like the Cardinals had the Blue Jays playing fast and thinking fast and playing a little bit too fast. But now, as you mentioned, Elmhurst has slowed things down and they've become more patient on the offensive end especially, and been able to find the open man whenever it presents itself.
It wasn't quite the start that happened at Elmhurst, but North Central got off to another good start, and it was the same thing. Elmhurst just kind of gathered themselves, take their time, not panicking. They know the game's not even close out of reach, and all of a sudden, they got a 12-point lead. Juarez trying to go with the left-hand layup, got fouled, so she'll go to the line. And she misses the first. Free throws have been an issue for the Cardinals all year long.
Yeah, it's sort of an Achilles heel, and for a team that shoots quite a bit from the outside, you'd expect the free throw percentage to be north of maybe 65, 70%, but right now it's subpar at 59.
Juarez splits the pair. Gets the lead for Elmhurst to 11. 8.5 to play here in this first half, and just great passing again. Leads to an open layup. This time it's Coomer. I'd like to see some of the seniors get going here. Here's Cooney on the drive, a little fake up, and too strong on the layup. You got Grazafi and Cooney out there, the two of the four seniors. This is when they need to take over, when they need to stop a run. Just great ball movement once again for Elmhurst. Gets another open jumper. That one missed, rebounded by Veronica Lavia. A good look-ahead pass to Juarez, and she's fouled. Again on the left side, she'll go back to the free throw line.
And that's what the Cardinals need to do. They need to grab the rebounds and immediately look for those long outlet passes and stretch this Elmhurst team a little bit more thin than they are right now.
And you could say things like, oh, this team isn't missing, or this team is on fire. But when you're getting open jump shots and you're doing a good job of moving the ball, they're going to knock down those shots. And you know what, Elmhurst right now is just, they're not settling for whatever North Central wants them to take. They're taking anything that they want, and that's what's making them successful. Excuse me.
Well, they're doing it from both inside and outside, which is frustrating because the defense needs to figure out where the weakness is and address it. And right now it's across the board. Elmhurst is controlling the tempo and the feeling of this game.
Some banging in the bleachers from the Elmhurst side on the free throws. The away crowd trying to get into it on the free throws. Aurora splits another pair, so she's 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Ryan looking for a steal, just missed it. Now Elmhurst has numbers, and once again, their layup by Coomer.
Well, right there, Anita Sterling in a no-win situation, basically a 4-on-1 coming right at her, and she tried to take the charge on Henderson, but she slid away and came up empty.
I think what Elmhurst is doing great right now, and Ryan, a little step back three from the top of the key. Right now, Elmhurst is just, it almost looks like they're playing, it's not in slow motion, but it's slow enough where they just, everything happens in front of them, they see it happen, and they just take their time. I guess it's not in slow motion, but it almost looks like it to them. And Littman, and once again, looking inside and blocked out of there by Sterling.
Well, there is some merit to that. It just seems like whenever somebody has the basketball in their hand, they're almost like a quarterback reading the defense and checking off different options. And more often than not right now, this Blue Jay team is finding the open man. Not there.
Brennan with the steal. Gonna have a 2-on-1 here. And she's gonna pull it back out. Dolly, 3-ball corner, nope. And it looks like they're gonna have a layup opportunity there, but settled for a 3. And now Eppert looking for somewhere to go with it. She doesn't look like she wanted to dribble out there. Littman doing a good job of kind of spinning around, and Cooney comes up with the steal. Here comes Brennan again, up the middle of the floor. She's gonna try Dolly again on that left side. This time she's gonna travel with it.
Well, that's 2 possessions in a row where the Cardinals have had a chance to go out and run and haven't capitalized on it. The first time it appeared from up here that Paul Zerani may have had a route to the basket on the weak side, but decided to fade towards the corner and quickly became a non-option for Brennan. And then right there, Dolly just getting a little bit ahead of herself and seeing a bit of space and taking a travel.
Yeah, you want to try to get that layup there. A substitution for Elmhurst. Erica Johnson checked in for Kayla Summerlin. Inside, layup, lefty, good. Guess who? Michaela Eppert.
Well, right now they're anticipating, and that's a double dribble.
Right now, Cardinals are in danger of letting this game get away because it seems all they're doing is going to be trading baskets right now. Elmhurst is still getting whatever they want offensively. You got to buckle down and get one of your little spurts right now if you're the Cardinals. 6 minutes to play here in this first half. Elmhurst, 13-point lead, looking for more. And Eppert inside, lefty. Nope, that one missed, but offensive rebound tipped back. Blue Jays doing a good job of coming up all those loose balls. Great find underneath. And that one's good by Kayla Jones on the layup.
Well, Eppert comes into the high post, and everybody came with her. And Jones had that backdoor cut and found herself all alone with nobody within 10 feet of her.
Cardinals look a little lost offensively right now as the Blue Jays are just beating them to their spots. And there's good travel on Sterling. Great defensive possession there from Elmhurst.
Staying in front, and Sterling thought she had a cutback lane to the right, but only found body, and it wasn't a foul. So she took that extra step. That's an easy whistle. Frustration certainly have to be mounting, especially on the offensive end, where the Cardinals haven't found anything easy.
Looks like we got a foul before the ball was inbounded. Going to be on O'Neal. That's her second, and Michaela Eppert has checked out of the game. That's something to keep in mind as she is the leading scorer for the game with 13 points. Kayla Jones with the blow-by. Here she comes, pushing it ahead. Now into the corner. And Elmhurst doing kind of, you see they have open looks, but they're not taking all of them. They have a game plan of the exact shots that they want. There's another one inside. And too many passes. That one goes out of bounds.
Trying to checker their way across the board. Got a little greedy underneath. But the thought was there. I mean, Henderson was in the middle of things and trying to go to the backdoor cut along the baseline, just nobody home.
And I think something that keep in mind about this team is Dimitrova has been playing very well at the 4. You're not seeing her at the 4 because I think they're grooming her for the 5 for next year, which completely makes sense as a freshman, and losing 2 5s in Sterling and Cooney. That's why you haven't seen her as much, and especially down low. Wallner on the pass from Ryan and a loose ball, and a good find there from the Naperville product, from Naperville Central, Ryan, into Wallner for the layup. 42-29, 4.5 to play here in this second quarter. Elmhurst with the clock work, and Cooney blocks it. Sierra O'Neal blocks it, and here they come. Maybe that'll get these Cardinals going. Little energy, and O'Neal pull up 3, try to bank it in, no good. Maybe a little too much adrenaline on that one. And Ryan fell down. They got a 5-on-3. And a little mid-range jump shot. Left side, nope, from Erica Johnson, rebounded by Reedy. She's gonna take it herself. She goes up, fouled, and she will go to the free throw line. So a little spurt from the Cardinals, not a huge run, but something to get them going, and this another chance for some points with the clock stopped.
Signs of life, and that's what you want to see at this point in the game. 3:51 to go in the second quarter, and the Cardinals just need some sort of push, and they need it to result in narrowing this deficit down to single digits, if not maybe even 5 or 6 before the end of the half. So with this line change, they have to try and carry the momentum over into this next shift.
Elmhurst comes back with 3 of their starters, Summerlin, Eppert, and Lippman, as Michaela Reedy splits a pair. Cardinals struggling from the free throw line again, as Zorani trying to go for that steal, a little too high for her. Seems like this lead's been at 12-13 for a long time. That one inside, Lippman kicks it back out. Just good ball movement. Summerlin's gonna have a 3 left side. That one's no good. Reedy, the aggressive rebound.
Well, this is a long shift for her because she missed that second free throw and has remained on the floor waiting for Jessica Dolly to check in for her.
Good find from Brennan, and a layup missed there by Juarez, and then Reedy misses one after the offensive rebound. Elmhurst gets away there unscathed after 2 great looks from the Cardinals and a great pass from Brennan. Kind of a timeout taken by Elmhurst. 42-30, 3:10 to go here in this second quarter. Another line change for North Central.
Well, one thing I've noticed, and not just in this game, but over the course of the season, it almost appears as though the Cardinal defense is overcommitting. A lot of times they all rush to one spot, and by the time they get there, the ball has vacated that spot and moved to a different part of the floor, and they have to play catch-up. They have to start anticipating and knowing where each other are going to be so that 3 or 4 Cardinals aren't in one spot. That's how we've seen Eppert find some easy opportunities underneath the basket.
On the offensive end for the Cardinals, also the ones that are knocking down threes, you got to look for them more often too. As Zorani made her first one, Cooney made her first one, Sterling made her last one she's taken. Look for the ones that have already knocked down threes, maybe feeling it from outside. I'm not saying they're hot or anything, but when you see one go in like that, usually you feel pretty good. Mid-range floater, nope, but a rebound, and that one's not good as well from Lippman. She thought she got fouled.
Here's a chance to cut this to 9 if the Cardinals can hit a shot from the outside.
And Sterling gonna have a chance here. That one off to the right, air ball. Vick is battling for the rebound. 2 bodies hit the floor, and Vick is down on the far side underneath the basket, holding her face. Now she slowly gets up. Eppert traveled with it. I think Vickus is looking to see if her nose is bleeding. That's better than anything tooth or mouth related, I guess.
Yeah, she got either a shoe or a knee to the mouth area, and that's always scary.
She seems to be okay. Didn't even look to the bench to come out. Heimerdinger step back 3. Nope.
Look good.
The Cardinals struggling a little bit from distance right now, and they're going to have a new 5 check-in. It'll be Zorani, Wallner, Brennan, Cooney, and Dolly. 2:20 to go. Only 30 points so far in this first half. Cardinals obviously looking to score more in a half than that. Maybe get a little run going for them. They probably would like to have 40 by the end of this half, which is very doable in 2:20 for them. I know it sounds like a lot and only having 30 points right now. Mid-range jumper, right side, that one's good. That's Erica Johnson. Those little 15-footers, they want to take them, and they're making them.
And on the other end, the Blue Jays doing a good job of taking away the Cardinal opportunities from the outside.
Wallner kicks it back out to Zorani. Zorani up, looked like a little body on that, and she looks towards the referee, asking for that as well. Lippman up, right-hand layup, bricked, contested by Cooney. But the shot clock reset, and it shouldn't have, because that did not hit the rim. And a loose ball now, as Elmhurst has been coming up with all of them, and that's going to be a jump ball, a possession arrow to North Central. That shot clock should not have reset on that.
It should not. But how about Elmhurst, which is up by 14 right now? They're not resting on their laurels at all. They're going absolutely max effort in an attempt to try and put the Cardinals away early, which is no easy feat. But it's the best tool against them. If you can get this Cardinal team pressing, they start making more mistakes in that full court offensive attack.
Ryan looking to drive, nowhere to go with it. Kicks it back out to Sterling. Now she's going to try to do the same. Up with the left hand. That one, no good. The Cardinals right now have a lid on the basket. Not as much as the first quarter against Wheaton lid, but a lid.
And what I can find to be annoying for the Cardinals right now is that the ball's not going in, even though they're getting looks close to the basket.
Ooh, Walls almost had a steal there. 9 on the shot clock. And a pull-up jumper. That one's no good and rebounded by Sterling. Here comes Ryan. The Cardinals, I would say 2 for 1, but you know they will.
How about a 3 for 1?
This pass not able to be handled by Walls. She goes backcourt, out of bounds, whatever one you want to pick. And it's turned over to the Blue Jays.
That's a fatigue turnover. Walls trying to receive that ball stationary and let it carry him off her hands, and then didn't quite have the push to go get it. That's got to be a 5-second.
No, they're going to call a foul on Grazafi, I believe. It will be on Grazafi off the ball. It was like on Lippman trying to get open. Only the third team foul. So no free throws for the Blue Jays. Lippman looking for someone to go with it all the way across court to Eppert. Eppert does a very good job of making decisions. She does not try to just force it inside every single time she gets it. Rebound fought for Zorani. Comes away with the loose ball. And that foul is going to be about 70 feet away from the basket, and it's going to be 2 shots. Those are the ones that drive coaches crazy.
Well, even Michelle Roof doesn't quite like those fouls because she wants her team to be continually running up and down the floor and wearing down this Blue Jay defense. But at the same time, you need points. You need to put something up on the board. You're trailing by 14, and now Zorani can go to the line and try and chip away.
3 for 6 from the free throw line of the Cardinals. Make it 3 for 7. Eppert checks out. That's her second, so that's something to keep an eye on as we go into the second half. Is there any one more free throw to come? That one, good. And the Cardinals have split a pair every time they've been to the line. The inbound here, they could take 1 shot if they want it. No shot clock. And it doesn't look like they're going to do that as the layup is good underneath by Gerke. 15-point lead now for Elmhurst. 8 seconds left. Zorani looking for Wallen underneath. That one's tipped out of bounds and will stay with North Central. 4 seconds to play. So the Cardinals are going to need a quick one up.
Hey, you get a quick 3 here. You're still feeling all right going into the break, but got to knock something down.
You're going to see Cooney and Wallner switch here. Looking for a layup, and now they turn it over on the inbounds. They're going to call a foul on Zorani. I thought it'd be a jump ball.
I'm not sure how that's a foul on either one of those. I mean, the ball is up in the air. Both players have the right to the basketball.
I don't know about that.
Limbs were tangled.
That's the 4th team foul, so no shooting.
It's also Zorani's second, and we've seen her over the last few weeks become a little bit foul prone as she's always tenacious on both ends. She's always going 150 miles an hour.
Definitely don't want to foul here. 3 seconds. Lippman going to pull up off. I was going to say off the shot clock, but over the backboard, no good. But a great first half from Elmhurst as Lippman even has a laugh about that shot. And they can be loose right now as they're doing anything they want on the offensive end and doing a very good job defensively of just beating North Central to the spots on the screens and knowing exactly where to go and following a good game plan. 46-31, 31 points in the first half for North Central. Kevin, I don't know what you say to making shots is the obvious one because they're getting looks, but I don't know what to change in the second half right now if you're North Central besides just make some shots.
Well, offensively, you have to spread out. You have to be able to create opportunities from the outside and not just create them, but hit them because right now, like you mentioned, there's kind of a lid on the basket. They haven't been able to knock that down consistently. Second of all, you got to take away passing lanes. On the offensive end, it's been way too easy for Elmhurst to move the basketball. So those 2 things have to change if they want to chip away at this 15-point lead.
46-31, Elmhurst leads at the half. We'll be back in 14 minutes for the second half right here on NCTV 17.
Blue Jay ball to start the second half.
Here for the second half, I am Eric Gruber with Kevin Jackman. We're underway. Elmhurst ball to start. Looking inside already to Michaela Eppert, who led the way with 13 points in that first half. Mid-range jump shot, right side, in and out. That one was halfway down by Kayla Jones. Maya Wall's gonna try a three, left side. That one's long. Juarez with a tip back to Heimerdinger. Good job inside by Juarez. Sterling says, don't mind if I do, when no one's guarding her. Walls crashes the glass, and a lot of energy from the Cardinals to come out and start the second half.
Yeah, that looks good. Although Elmhurst had that nice look along the baseline to open up the half. Didn't go in, and then the Cardinals turned that into an opportunity and a couple of good shots on the offensive end, so not a bad way to start.
Lid still on the basket. Cardinals couldn't get anything to go down there as Walls misses the first, and they've split every pair of free throws that they have had so far in this game. Now 4 for 9. Walls looking to make it 5 for 10, and she misses them both. Cardinals 40% from the free throw line. That one overthrown to Lippman, and Sterling comes up with a steal.
There's a 5-on-3.
Gazafi, three ball, right side. Nope. Walls, another offensive rebound. Kicks it out. Sterling's going to try another one. Left side, no good again, and that's 4 wide open missed jump shots the Cardinals have had in a minute of play in the second half. Sterling, offensive foul, and a great job of getting in position there, and takes a charge.
And the offensive player just nodded her head and said, yeah, well done.
When you look across the stands, Anita signed in 5 different, well, I don't know what you want to call them. They're bigger than paper, like little boards.
Little cardboard, yeah.
And it spell out Anita.
Look, you know, those missed shots, those come back to haunt you, but at the same time, it's encouraging to see them get open looks, because for the majority of that first half, those three-point looks were all contested.
Kicked out, Cooney, shot fake, drives, up, lefty, no good. Rebounded by Vickus, goes back up, and that one's good. Hannah Vickus, right spot, right time, a good job of crashing the glass.
Cooney pressed the issue and forced those defenders to come off of Vickus, and they're right, you know, her presence underneath forced that turnover.
Just like you said, her presence, Lippman didn't even look to score there because she saw Cooney it wasn't that Cooney made a play on her. She didn't even want to go up and shoot, so she was trying to figure out what to do with it. That was, by the way, the 3rd foul on Erica Johnson, who checked out of the game for Elmhurst on that offensive foul that Sterling took the charge. Ryan looking inside to Cooney, a post move. You haven't seen that in a long time from the 5s. They don't really do that. Almost goes down. The Cardinals still struggling from the field.
Look pretty fluid doing it.
48-33, 8 minutes to play here in this third quarter after Elmhurst layup underneath. And a steal by Eppert. Eppert, 13.7 rebounds in that first half. She also has 2 fouls. Tip pass there, and almost tipped again out of there by Elmhurst. It was Coomer, but Reedy knocks out of bounds, and the ball will stay with the Blue Jays. Summerlin to inbound. Cardinals have had great looks so far in this half, just not able to connect from outside. Vickus, the lone basket, was a putback.
You wish you could get those missed shots back. If you do, you have 6 points there. You also have 6 from free throws.
5 on the shot clock, and it is good from Coomer. She is up to 8 points.
You tally all that up, and this is a manageable 10, 5-point game. I mean, you're right in it if you can hit some of those open looks.
Dolly kicks it out. Brennan, corner 3 ball. Short, no good. The Cardinals just can't get anything to fall, and that looked like a travel that they just missed. Dimitrova tried to get in position for the charge and couldn't beat her to the spot, and the layup is good underneath by Eppert. That pass stolen by Eppert. Here she comes with it. And Dolly, the only one back. She's going to take a charge, and another one for the Cardinals. 2 in just over 3 minutes of play here in this third quarter.
That was an interesting one because I believe it was Brennan who took it. It might have been her or Dolly, but
It was Dolly down there.
Took it on the right side of the body, and usually if you're not flush, you get the blocking charge called on you, and I think that's what the discussion is right now on the far sideline. But hey, you know, she was in position and took that pretty hard hit.
52-33, Cardinals trail by 19 here, 6:40 to play in the third quarter. And only 2 points so far in this half. They've had a ton of good looks. Heimerdinger wheels and deals, kicks it out to Sterling. Good move there by Heimerdinger. Tries they're calling for travel on the Elmhurst side. She tries a little step through and gets it to go.
I think that might have had a case there. That might have been a double dribble as well.
3-on-2. And a layup. Coomer blocked from behind by Sterling. Here comes Heimerdinger. Moves her way to the middle of the floor. Gives it down low to Juarez. Juarez loses it. Kicks it out. Sterling, 3-ball.
Need it.
Short. Oh, alley-oop to Walls. No good on the layup as Heimerdinger goes for the steal. Now Sterling going to go up for another block. Foul and the basket. And the lead has a chance to get to 20 after that one. That's Kayla Jones with the layup. She's got a chance to get to double figures with a free throw here. She's got 9 points to go with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. So a nice game from Kayla Jones. Lead is at 20 after the free throw. Bailey will check in for her. And this Cardinal team just needs to knock down their outside shots, really, if they want a chance. It's plain and simple, as they've had the looks. Call an armbar foul on Coomer.
You know, it sounds simple that the Cardinals just need to hit their shots, but it is true. I mean, truly, 3 or 4 that should go down and usually do go down haven't gone down. And right there, that's 9 or 12 points, how you want to look at it, and that's a big part of the reason why they're down by 20.
O'Neal to Ryan. They give it back and forth to each other. Michaela Reedy, top of the key, 3-ball. That one's long. Good box out underneath from Logan. Cardinals just can't get anything from deep to go. Littman spins, kicks it out to Coomer. She passes up an open look, gives it up to Logan. They've been just passing up good shots for great shots all evening long.
There's another one.
3-ball long. Ryan doing her best to box out on Eppert, but can't corral the rebound. That 3-ball was missed by Bailey. O'Neal pokes it away. We got a jump ball, and it'll be Cardinal possession arrow. Dolly, Zorani, Wallner, Brennan, and Dimitrova checking in. Cardinals, an over 5 minutes player in this third quarter, 4 points, and I'd say 7 or 8 missed looks that were very good looks.
Very low scoring third quarter as well. Nice little hesitation move there for Brennan.
Kicks it out to Zorani. Her defender went down. Zorani up with the right hand. Nope. Wallner trying to keep it alive. Brennan as well, and she steps on the end line out of bounds.
It's tough to diagnose right now what the Cardinals can do better aside from just plain old hitting more shots. But defensively, they've done a decent job on the Blue Jays in this quarter. 5 minutes have gone by. Yeah, sure, they've scored 9 points, but they're forcing some difficult shots, and they've also blocked a few as well.
Eppert gets Brennan to leave her feet there. On a good ball fake, Littman up against Dimitrova, blocked by Dimitrova, and the follow-up by Eppert, good. 57-35, 4:20 to play in this third quarter. Cardinals have had a better defensive quarter here in the third, but still another missed shot there. That one was by Dolly. Cardinals can't get anything to go. Littman kicks it out. Bailey shot fake inside to Eppert. She's going to go up, kick it back to Littman. They're playing hot potato with it, and that one tipped into the hands of Dolly. Those are just those careless turnovers that you can't have right there. And another turnover for the Cardinals. 4 points in over 6 minutes of action. And Elmhurst is going to take a full timeout. 57-35. There's not much else you can say besides making your shots right now, Kev.
making shots, and then just keeping this game moving, because the fourth quarter is going to get here, and you can see right now a little bit on Elmhurst's face. They're tired. They're getting tired. You need to make sure you keep them that way. And the Cardinals do that by getting out and running and sustaining that pace. They've only had one foul in this quarter. That's a positive. But like you said, when they get good looks, they have to concentrate and knock them down. And that's just not happening right now.
I think that Elmhurst on the defensive end is not, they're getting some luck in North Central missing some open shots, but they're also doing a great job of forcing the players that they know their strength is to their weakness. They're making players drive that are more shooters, and they're making shooters want to drive, and they're not letting them do what they want to do, and they're beating them to the passing lanes, and they're beating them to the spots that they run to during their offense. It's just a good game plan. They're following it.
Elmhurst has done a really good job at just staying disciplined, knowing what they have to do and not deviating from their game plan on either end, especially on the offensive end with their passing, anticipating where each other are going to be and then finding the open man.
Inside, layup. That one's missed. Underneath, that was Henderson and Sterling with the contest. Ryan going full speed ahead to the left side and cut off by Henderson. Right now, Elmhurst is just beating them to the spots. Wherever they want to go, they're beating them a half a second earlier. You saw Littman, just great defense, getting right in front of Ryan where she wanted to go and not playing defense with her hands and just squaring up her body.
The rest of the Cardinals on the offensive end, when they're watching Ryan go to work, they have to continually revolve around and try and find an open space.
Give and go did not work there. McHugh up to Bradley for three. That one short, and the Cardinals still can't get anything to go on the offensive end. Full court length pass and a 2-on-1 and a great pass there from Bailey to Henderson. And the lead is to 24. A little over 3 minutes to play here in quarter number 3. McHugh's going to try a three. Left side, that one is good, nothing but net. And the lid is off from three as they knocked down their first three of the second half.
Now they have to keep it that way.
You can see Elmhurst definitely tired, just jogging around out there, but they still are working for good shots. Another open three ball, air ball. Littman, right spot, right time. She puts it back with the left hand.
Well, she certainly does not look fatigued at all. She's been everywhere on the floor.
That hustle player. Littman, 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists on the evening. Eppert leads the way with 17 points and 11 rebounds, already a double-double for the center. Heimerdinger gives off to Walls. She's going to wheel all the way around and leaves the layup short. Inside, just great ball movement. Littman up with the left hand. That's not an easy shot. Knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Cardinal basketball.
I know it sounds crazy, but if the Cardinals can convert on the offensive end, this 23-point lead could evaporate really fast.
That looked like a lot of contact there. Must have been on top of the ball as no foul is called. As Heimerdinger will inbound for the Cardinals. And yeah, the Cardinals' defense has not been too bad, as Cooney tried to go up with it before she came down with it. And went right through her hands. Cooney had the first 3 points of the game for the Cardinals, scoreless since. That one left-hand layup good. Clockwork from Elmhurst on the offensive end. Gets a lead of 25. That's Kayla Jones on the layup.
Well, they're moving the ball so quickly, they're not allowing the opportunity for the Cardinals to shade their defense to the weak side. It's as simple as that.
Heimerdinger looking for Juarez. Juarez unable to handle it. Turns it back over to the Blue Jays. Here they come again. Littman looking for something, make something happen. Good pass down low, lefty, nope, and rebounded by Cooney. That was Gerke on the missed shot. Kazafi open on the left side. Half a second too late. She takes a dribble. You don't see her take many dribbles and shoot. She's more of a catch and shoot. And Long on the 3 attempt. Cardinals 7 points in almost 9 minutes of action here in the third quarter.
Tough night, really is. uncharacteristically bad from three-point land. And that, for the Cardinals, is just going to be the start of a snowball effect into other parts of the games.
Good offensive quarter to start. 22 points. They had 9 points in the second quarter and 7 points this quarter. So it just looks like, I don't know if it's fatigue or what, but something has set in for the Cardinals on the offensive end. That pass gets inside to Gerke. Hit from behind by Reedy, out of bounds.
Well, just checking out the three-point percentage right now, 6 of 26. That's a 23% hit rate. That's certainly not where the Cardinals want to be.
14 of 55 from the field, too. Not very great from two-point land either. Kicked out to O'Neal. She's going to go inside to Wallner. Nice pass. Layup good. 63-40 now as O'Neal steals it over to Brennan. Brennan traveled, but they didn't call it. Now Reedy has it. Dribbles left inside back to Wallner. Dimitrova, 3-ball. Long. And she's going to chase it all the way back down. Elmhurst with a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. 3-ball, right side, Summerlin, short. Wallner battles for it, knocked out of bounds to North Central. And you can't fault their energy, their effort, their defensive way. They've done a pretty good job on the defensive end against a very good offensive team. The last time these two teams met, Elmhurst scored 103 points. Barring a 40-point fourth quarter, they're going to keep below that, which I guess is possible. Not
that's
easy.
a little extreme.
They had, I think it was something around a 42-point quarter the first time they met in the second quarter. I looked that up to make sure.
Anita Sterling going full force into the lane and expecting the contact and getting it, and then also getting the whistle.
And the first matchup, Elmhurst had 13 points in the first quarter, 41 in the second. So they can do it. Sterling, first one good. They've yet to make 2 in a row from the free throw line. They split a pair 4 times and missed 2 in a row. Sterling trying to break that spell with the second one here. And she does. 63-42, 5 seconds to play here in this quarter. Cardinals have fouls to give if they wanted to. And a travel there by Gerke. Cardinals gonna have one more shot at it. Try to get under 20. You gotta be smart here. Don't want to turn it over in your own territory and give Elmhurst a chance to score. Serrani looking for it, and she gets it, half court. That one off the side, the left side of the backboard. And that'll do it for quarter number 3. Cardinals, 11 points in the quarter, and Elmhurst now has a 21-point lead going into the final quarter of play here, and just Elmhurst executing a game plan on the defensive end.
They are, and although they've seeded some open shots here in the third quarter, the Cardinals haven't been able to take advantage of them, missing some wide open shots. But at the same time, Elmhurst has done a good job at limiting the opportunities for the Cardinals underneath. And then, most importantly, ending offensive possessions in their track with defensive rebounding and getting up in the floor and getting into their offensive set.
Hannah Littman isn't wowing you in the stat sheet with points, but she seems to be everywhere on the offensive and defensive end. And Michaela Eppert is doing a great job in the stat sheet as she leads the way with 17 points and 11 rebounds. Just seems to pretty much finish every time she has a chance down low. 8 for 11 from the field, 1 for 1 from the free throw line. North Central here obviously needs to get very hot in this fourth quarter to have a chance, but they've been so cold in the last 2 quarters that maybe that'll make up for it all, and the rims owe them a little bit. And it's senior night.
There you go.
Seniors deserve a couple last rolls here. I know they got one more game, but
you figure that hot streak is just way over long due. It just has to come. The question is, if it comes, and when it comes, will it be enough?
I think this is what the system shows you is Elmhurst still with their starters out there. You sometimes think 20-point lead going in the fourth quarter, to play your starters, but every coach knows against the system it can happen very fast. Summerlin, shot fake, then Stutter steps into the lane and gets it over to Hannah Lippman. Cross-court pass, Summerlin back for three. That one's short. Guess who? Lippman, the Energizer Bunny, there for the offensive rebound.
Oh, that might have been an offensive foul.
Yeah, I agree with that, as that right arm came out. And they're going to call a foul on Sterling. That's her third foul.
I'd be fairly annoyed with that foul call, with the extension to that right arm.
Sterling went up right to the referee after now, is probably explaining to him what we're exactly talking about. That left arm or right arm, whatever side she's on, the opposite arm comes out to deny the defender the chance to block it. And you know what? If they're not going to call it, why not do it, right?
Yeah.
I would do it if they didn't call it.
It's a savvy move right there for Sterling. Going over, very cool, calm, collected, and just simply pointing out, hey, this is what's happening. I don't think that was quite fair. You know, what do you see?
And that was where you could say ball don't lie, where both free throws are missed there.
Great move.
Step through move by Dolly, no good. Good move, couldn't finish. Lippman kicks it out. Lippman never stops. She's just sprinting around the court nonstop. She doesn't look tired. That's impressive playing against this.
It's going to be a long ice bath later tonight to rest those legs. I can tell you that is a lot of work. You got to make sure that you don't cramp. I mean, this style of play, there's a reason why the Cardinals continually rotate fresh 5 players in every, minute and a half. But these Blue Jays, especially Eppert and Lippman, these guys are going full speed for almost 30 minutes.
Cooney inside, trying another post move, unable to get it. You see Dimitrova now back in at her original position to start the year of the 4. Eppert into the corner. And it was Johnson who had those 3 fouls, sat a majority of that third quarter, and a layup good underneath by Kayla Jones. The scoring droughts coming back to haunt North Central, as they have had too many of them for too long of times, and they've started another one in this quarter. Dimitrova, jab step, drives up, and they're going to call a blocking foul. I don't think Elmhurst agrees with that. I don't know which one they call on, if it was Eppert or Jones. And Jones, and that'll be her second foul.
Yeah, Dimitrova got caught between a couple of defenders and bailed out a little bit by the whistle. May have not been entirely in control going into the lane.
Dimitrova's first free throw is good. And new 4 as Wallner will wait to check in. Leading scorer for the Cardinals, Paula Zorani, 6 points.
That tells you a lot.
Anita Sterling follows her with 5, and the next most is 3. It's from a few people. Second one from Dimitrova is no good. They'll keep her in the game, and Wallner waiting to check in. Mid-range jump shot. That one is good. It's Erica Johnson back in after those 3 fouls here in this fourth quarter. Reedy for 3. That one's no good. Dimitrova with the rebound. Has it knocked away. Lippman with the loose ball, but poked away by Reedy. Ryan's shot fake goes against Lippman. Up. Good, but on the ground. That's going to be against Hannah Lippman. And guess what? It's only her first foul. And as aggressive as she's played.
That is impressive.
It is very impressive. You would think she'd have a couple, and she's all over the place. Reedy, right side, 3 ball. That one's long. And call another foul on Elmhurst. It's going to be the 4th team foul, I believe. That's Johnson's 4th. That's going to be a 13 foul. Excuse me, they put up there so fast sometimes you don't even realize it. 7:47 to play, 24-point lead for Elmhurst. Kickball violation against Jones.
Now this is benefiting the Blue Jays right now. A very slow and methodical offensive possession for the Cardinals, continually stopping.
More time to rest. Wallner catches inside, goes up, little fade away. That one's no good, and Reedy in there as her and Lippman get tangled up, and they both let go at the same time. And the 4th inbounds play they will run in the last 20 seconds of game action. As Wallner and Sterling went to the same spot there. Sterling up top, drives left, drops it down low to Wallner. Walls, 3-ball, in and out. And that's going to be a foul on Sterling, and it'll be her 4th.
I believe that might have been on Ryan. Oh, no, you're right. That's a tough one to swallow. Sterling doesn't seem too happy about that either.
7:27 to play, and North Central cannot figure out a way to get the ball to go through the basket right now.
Boy, it's got to be painful for Michelle Roofing Company to spend upwards of a minute and a half on the offensive end consecutively and still come up with nothing to show for it.
Eppert, another layup, another basket. She's got 19 for the game. That one turned over by the Cardinals, thrown out of bounds. North Central, aside from missing open shots or layups, whatever you want to call it, they've been a little sloppy with the basketball as well.
Well, it seems like they began to press almost immediately in this game when they realized Elmhurst came out with a plan to attack. And since then, they've been thinking one step too far ahead.
Zorani, 3-ball, right side, good. And the pass from Dolly, the net stays up, as that one was nothing but net. And it looks like Zorani's tripped on the feet of Lippman. Brennan trying to read the passing lanes, and here comes Elmhurst back at it again. Layup, good. That one by Coomer, and once they get across half court, they're deadly.
Yeah, that was just skillful passing right there.
Dolly had an open look on the right side. She couldn't get it to go. And here comes Lippman again, leading the way. She never slows down. Jones inside, blocked, and a foul called on Cooney.
It's been a quiet night for Jamie as well. The first 3 points belong to her and hasn't really found a groove on the offensive end. Has made her presence felt on the defensive end, but you certainly don't feel quite as good as you'd like at this point.
Well, I think the issue with her is she's only taken 1 3. And she made her first one, and not really getting those looks anymore as she's drove and not being able to get her baskets to go, but only has taken 1 3 and has made it. But yeah, 3 points for her as Zorani now leads the way with 9 points, and the Cardinals in the quickest huddle ever for a timeout.
It's a full timeout for Elmhurst, and the Cardinals have already broke it 10 seconds in.
I think it was keep playing hard, get back out there. And
yeah.
The reason they do it is because once the refs see you out there, they're going to make it maybe quicker. I don't think they actually count the time exactly, because when you think about it, a 20 or a 30-second timeout is usually longer than a 30-second timeout.
Yeah. And a full minute timeout is definitely longer than a single minute.
Yeah. Especially in the NBA, those 20-second timeouts are about a minute and a half, and the fulls are about 3 to 4 minutes.
Well, it's a full commercial break, basically.
That's true.
Well, don't forget the men's game directly follows this. Half an hour after the conclusion, the men will suit up, and tonight will be a bit of a revenge trip for the Cardinals after losing to the Blue Jays in that first matchup. And Elmhurst is having a really tough season on the men's side. 6-16. The Cardinals cannot afford another loss tonight.
Eppert misses the first of 2. That's 3 straight free throws she has missed. It's Jagger Anderson night, senior night, whatever you want to call it. The only senior for North Central on the men's side. You see his mom up there in the stands with some balloons ready to walk him out there, as I saw him go greet her a little while ago. Be nice for him, kind of get the whole spotlight.
Boy, he's a fun guy to watch, isn't he?
Electric.
When he's going, when he's feeling it, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, electric is the word I would use to describe him. You never know what you're going to see from him. Vicki's doing a very good job of chasing down those offensive rebounds and kind of predicting where they're going to bounce off the rim. That's good to see from a freshman. As she kind of started off the year not really in the rotation, has worked her way in and done a very good job. 72-46, 5:45 to play here in this fourth quarter on senior night here at Gregory Arena. Cardinals have really just struggled from the field, from 2 and 3 land, whatever one you want to pick, and even free throws. Just seems to be a lid on that basket.
Yeah, just the shooting stroke hasn't quite felt very good.
A new 5 in for the Cardinals, and I think especially in a game that won't be decided in the final minute of action, you're going to see Coach Roof either put the 4 seniors out there together or take them out one by one to give them a round of applause. As I've seen her do that in the past, and I think it's a great thing that she does. It's tough if it's a 1-point game in the last 30 seconds.
You don't want to come off the floor in those circumstances, that's for sure.
That's why it's nice on senior night when you got a blowout win, you can do that. A pass, an errant pass, a rare one on a 2-on-1 from Elmhurst, thrown out of bounds by Henderson. Reedy gonna drive all the way around to the left side from the right wing. Now Sierra O'Neal gonna do the same thing.
Oh.
And she puts it up on the rim and it just rolls around and falls off.
That ball touched just about every part of that orange painted area.
Well, now if this doesn't go in, O'Neal breakaway layup, good. Then there's definitely a lid.
Yeah, somebody's put a hex on the Cardinals.
Logan with it. And the Henderson, and a new 5 ready to check in for the Cardinals. Eppert gonna go against Cooney. 3-ball, Coomer. I think that's a 2.
A long 2.
Long 2. Well, shielded by a little bit of the bleachers. Ryan's gonna try a 3 right side. In and out, in and out. Not good, and Cooney misses the layup underneath on the offensive rebound try. Well, that was the story of the game right there, that Ryan 3-ball for North Central.
In and out, twice on one shot.
And Eppert on the other side makes the layup, and she's got 22 points and 15 rebounds. Huge game for the junior. That went off the foot of Reedy and out of bounds. Henderson goes to help her up. Good sportsmanship there. The new 5 checks in for the Cardinals, and you got to be approaching it, putting the seniors in and taking them out soon. It's tough to see Cardinals have this type of night on senior night. You don't have to win, but just a night where it seemed like nothing could go right on the offensive end.
Yeah, the seniors will be looking forward to Wednesday to try and close out the home portion of the schedule strong, but tonight it'll probably sting a little bit.
3-ball right side, Henderson. That one goes in and out and no good. But you know what? Elmhurst is battling for positioning in the CCIW conference tournament as well. So this is a big game for them. Every game here on out for them is big, and they needed this just as bad as North Central wanted it.
Well, the Blue Jays are kind of having the season North Central expected to have. Dominating the non-conference portion of the schedule and then getting into conference and being competitive. Elmhurst 9-4. That's where the Cardinals would have liked to have been. You had the injury to Mason Whipple. You have a lot of young players and transfers you have to integrate into the lineup, and it just didn't coalesce the way they probably would have hoped. And at this point in the season, you start looking forward to the future and seeing and taking stock of what you have, and then going on the recruiting trail and trying to fill some of the gaps you have.
The plus side for this North Central team, like you said, a lot of young players and a lot of stuff to build off of. A lot of promising freshmen that you have seen so far this season getting a lot of playing time, especially with the injury to Whipple. You got somebody like Lindsey Brennan who's at the 1 getting a lot more playing time with with Whipple out. Going to be a foul, and they'll send O'Neal to the free throw line.
I think you certainly have pieces that you like. Brennan, like you mentioned, is certainly one of them. Dolly has shown flashes. Dimitrova has looked very good this year. Maya Walls is pretty tenacious. And then you don't know who else is going to step up, because every year there's a player or two that is kind of hiding in the fray their freshman or sophomore year that takes it to the weight room and takes it to the practice court and elevates their game to a whole new level, and suddenly they're not just an end-of-the-bench filler player, but they're a role player for you, and you can feel pretty good about them.
And your starting 5 is now in with those 4 seniors, so I think you're about to see them come out one by one, or maybe all as a group. I'm not sure how Coach Roof will decide to do it. It looks like it's going to be one by one as Bradley trots to the scorer's table. It'll be for one of the seniors. Cooney blocked. And that's a typical Jamie Cooney play there. and she knocks it out, and Heimerdinger kind of got her leg rolled on. It's going to send her to the free throw line. Cooney, well, that was her second block of the game. Heimerdinger to the line so far in the game, 2 points. And just like a lot of the Cardinals, has struggled from the field. And there's been really nobody overall from the field besides Paula Zorani, who's 3 for 6, that would be happy probably what they shot from the field leaving this game.
Well, it looks like the parade of seniors might be coming now.
Rizzafi checks out, the 3-point career and single season record holder, single season record holder for North Central, and 3s in a game, correct, at 7?
Yep, at 7.
Cardinals still gonna obviously play hard in this press, as a foul's gonna be called if it's gonna be on Sterling or Zorani. It'll be on Zorani, and Veronica Lavia will check in for her. Sterling and Cooney, the only 2 left, and if they went in the order they did for starting lineups announced, it looks like Sterling will be next.
Well, it's only fitting that Paula Zorani goes to the bench on a hustle play that she happened to pick up a foul on, because over the course of her career, she certainly went 100 miles an hour.
Dimitrova checks in for Jamie Cooney. Cooney, it feels like the last game. We've still got 3 games left. As they have one more game here at home, and Cooney and Zorani share a big hug. Roommates last year as juniors. And a whistle will stop play here. Sterling will be the last one to check out as the seniors.
She's just waiting for the inevitable right now. It's got to be a weird feeling. Yeah, it's kind of strange because you do have that next home game.
Yep. They got Carroll, and Carroll at the bottom of the conference, so obviously a team that they would like to beat and go off their last game at Gregory Arena with a win for the seniors. And Sterling in a line, if she happens to miss the second, she won't check out, but if she makes both, she will check out, or at least makes the second. She makes the first. And guess what? Hannah Littman checking back into the game. That shows that they don't think it's over.
21-point lead. I guess it could evaporate quickly, but with 2:39 to go, I don't know about that.
And she does miss a second. Dimitrova the rebound. Bradley for 3. Nope. And Sterling trying to tie him up. Out of bounds. I think they're going to stay with Elmhurst. Walls to check in. It will be for Sterling. And that'll be the last senior to check out. I don't want to talk like they're done, but just a great career at North Central for those 4 seniors. All have made huge contributions. And we're going to get some ticky-tack fouls now towards the end of this game. That one's on Bradley. That's going to send Logan to the free throw line, I think. But just great job by those 4 seniors in their years. 4 years for 3 of them and 3 years for Cooney. Just contributions in so many ways. Rizzafi, one of the best 3-point shooters that come through here. Cooney, the only one to ever have a triple-double in program history, and the blocks leader. Zorani, maybe the most tenacious player I've seen come through here on the women's team. Just an amazing job in all facets of the game, and really improved her offensive game when she came in. And she wasn't used to this, like most of them aren't used to this type of basketball at all. And she was a big-time defensive player coming out of high school, did a great job. And Sterling just does it all as well.
Kind of the first class, not kind of, it is the first class where they were brought up in this system. So they really did usher in a new style of basketball at NCC.
And in their sophomore year, they made the NCAA tournament.
For the first time in almost, 30 years?
And they were ranked in the top 25 for a lot of that season. Finished, I believe, 22-6. Finished with 6 losses overall, 4 in conference. 3 of those 4 losses, or 3 of those 6 losses were to one team. Guess who? Wheaton. Hannah Littman with the left-handed layup. That's good. And she continues with her strong game, not just in the stat sheet. She does it all on the hustle side. And it looks like all the seniors are coming back in as they all come over to the scores table.
Didn't see that coming.
Maybe they're all just going to play and finish the game together. And Lavia, by the way, on the other side, knocked down the three.
Wouldn't it be something if all of a sudden they came back?
That would be
something that the movie industry would probably take interest in.
That'd be quite the comeback.
21 points in 80 seconds.
Get LaMelo Ball out here to get 92 in 4 quarters of high school basketball, which is
absurd.
Yeah, I don't. That's a great word, I guess. I don't. 92 points at any level, but in high school where it's only 8-minute quarters, that's just, it's unheard of. Zorani for 3 right side. That one fixed the net for us. And Sterling going for a steal, knocks out of bounds. And gets it to 20, a minute 4 to play here, 83-63. Elmhurst in control, and we'll move to 10-4 in conference, 17-5, now 18-5, excuse me, after the win here. And they might be having an NCAA tournament berth at the end when it's all said and done.
This is a very good team. They're very disciplined, they're very poised. They do a very good job moving the basketball, communicating in the half-court set. And as I say that, there's a errant pass, but the team's got a lot of potential, and they have a star player to anchor this team in effort.
Lindsey Brennan, the point guard, the freshman point guard out there with all 4 seniors. And Zorani, the shot fake drive, up, left-hand layup, nope, but a foul. Had a chance to get under 20 here, and she's the leading scorer by far for the Cardinals with 12 points. Next closest is O'Neal with 7. Zorani, 3 for 3 from three-point land and 4 for 7 from the field. She's had a good offensive game. She's really the only one that has shot well from the field.
And you look at the stat sheet and you say, I should have taken more. Should have taken more of those deep threes.
Well, you see Cooney at 1 for 1 from 3. You see Ryan at 1 for 2 from 3. You want to try to get them more looks. And it's not that they were on fire, but 1 for 1, 1 from 2, not many samples, and they're both very good shooters. And Zorani knocks down both free throws to get to 14 points for the game and her senior night. Sterling trying to come from behind to get that steal as Elmhurst just trying to run down the clock here. 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. They're going to get one more shot up here. And we'll go down on Gerke. Zorani take one more. Looking inside. Now Sterling. She's going to take the final shot. Or maybe back to Zorani for 3. Nope. And that'll do it from Gregory Arena on senior night for the women. 85-65. Elmhurst in control from probably about 8 minutes into the first quarter. After that, throw the rest of the way, locked down on the defensive end and just executed on the offensive end. It's a very good basketball team coming from Elmhurst.
It certainly is, and they came in tonight and they displayed why they're one of the top 4 teams in conference. They play with a certain amount of swagger. They know where they want to be at what time. And they picked apart the Cardinal offense, and they did a really good job at executing against the Cardinal defense.
Elmhurst moves to 10-4 in conference. Cardinals fall to 5-8. And Elmhurst has an outside chance of getting the 1 or 2 seed in the conference tournament as they sit in the 3rd position, right ahead of Augustana, who won today at 9-5 in conference. So that looks like the 4 teams set for the conference tournament, but the seedings are yet to be set. But that'll do it here for the women's game. In about 30 minutes, we will have the men's game for you on senior/Jagger Anderson night here from Gregory Arena.
One men's score final. Tonight, CCIW men's basketball games between the Elmhurst College Blue Jays and your North Central College Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin tonight's game, please direct your attention to the Cardinals bench as North Central College pauses to recognize one of his seniors for his effort and commitment to the men's basketball program. Please welcome number 10, Jagger Anderson. Jagger is accompanied by Arneldo Johnson. He's a 2-year member of the Cardinal program, starting 44 of 47 games the past 2 seasons. He has scored in double figures 23 times and ranked 4th in the CCIW in assists per game last season. On Monday, he was named the CCIW Player of the Week after leading North Central to victories over Carroll and North Park. A management major from Springfield, Illinois, number 10, Jagger Anderson. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First, visiting Blue Jays from Elmhurst College. Starting with the guard lineup, 5'10" freshman number 5, Marquis Carter. A 6'2" freshman guard number 11, Ryan Patton. A 6'3" freshman guard number 13, Derek Dowditch. At one forward, a 6'8" freshman number 24, Devin Tennant. And the other forward, a 6'5" sophomore number 25, Austin Brown. Blue Jays are coached by John Baines, assisted by Seth Evans, Jim Lindfors, and Jamie Moten. And now, the starting lineup for your North Central College Cardinals. And we're going to 6-foot senior from Springfield, number 10, Jagger Anderson. A 6'3" sophomore guard from Freeport, number 11, Amy Chen. At forward, a 6'5" freshman from Romeoville, number 30, Matt Caponetti. A 6'2" junior guard from Chicago, number 34, Erwin Henry. And from Dublin, a 6'8" junior forward, number 44, Alex Sorensen. From Cardinal head coach, Michael Reardon, assistant Christine Schwer, Aaron Tickness, and Vince Connect. The faculty mentors are John Norman and Dr. John Mueller.
Welcome back to NCTV 17, another broadcast of Cardinal basketball, the second of our doubleheader tonight. The North Central Cardinals hosting the Elmhurst Blue Jays. And from the women to the men we go. And the Cardinals in desperate need of a win tonight. They fell to the Blue Jays earlier this season in a disheartening win. They led in the second half. It was a 58-55 game before Elmhurst went on an extended 12-0 run to put the game away. The Cardinals on a revenge trip tonight. And for standing's sake, and also for mentality's sake, they need a win. Opening tip muffed a little bit by our head referee. We'll get a second attempt at just that. With that, we're off and running. Kevin Jackman, Eric Gruber, and Eric, should be a good game.
Something to keep in mind, that Elmhurst may be why they have success. Their grad assistant is Jamie Moten, and they also have Jeremy Ireland, who is redshirting this year after transferring in conference. Or not redshirting, I guess, has to sit out a year. They know North Central sets. They played here last season. They know a lot of stuff about each player. They know, except Capoletti is really the only one they really wouldn't have a scouting report on from being with him and playing with him. Everybody else they know very well.
Moten at the very end of the bench in the white shirt. You'll see him, I'm sure, up and moving quite a bit. He was very active as a player. One of the most fun players I've had the pleasure of watching here at North Central. Graduated last year as sharpshooting guard. We're off running. The Cardinals missing on their first attempt. The Blue Jays in the powder blue jerseys. Cardinals in their home whites.
In the first matchup between these two, 50 points in the second half for Elmhurst. So it was a pretty even first half, but the second half was the difference in the game.
Taken away by the Cardinals, Erwin Henry on the press, and a wide open three for Capoletti. In and out, no good.
Last game for North Central against Augustana, a heartbreaker. They lost in overtime. And before that, they had won 4 in a row. So this North Central team has been playing very well as of late.
Shot up high off the glass and good. And the conversion on the offensive end. That's Devin Tennant with the basket. So this Elmhurst team, the last few years, fundamentally very sound as Alex Sorensen ties this game up at 2-2.
I believe they lost 9 seniors from last season's team. So a very young Elmhurst team, an inexperienced team, explains the record.
You want to talk about turnover in the college landscape, that is just excruciating for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. In fact, last year, they were one of the conference's top teams at 22-7 overall. They were 10-4 in the conference, and John Baines had them as a national contender. And suddenly this year, following graduation, they're starting 4 freshmen tonight, and they're 6-16 on the season and facing an uphill climb over the next few years. Anderson pulls the next down to 2.
They were the first team to beat Augustana last season as well.
Mentioned that Elmhurst won that first matchup of the season. That was a few weeks ago. Haven't won since. To the wing, controlling the basketball, Austin Brown, hands off. And into the lane and diving out. There's a shot for Tennant, and it rims out, no good. Derek Dotlich is the leading scorer on the floor right now. As Aiden Chang hits the 3 to give the Cardinals a 7-4 lead.
Jagger Anderson applying that full court pressure, just gives other point guards fits.
Dotlich, by the way, 11 points per game. And he is a freshman from Winnemac, Indiana.
Sorensen battling down low. And foul trouble with him is always something to keep an eye on, especially with the absence of Connor Raridan.
Anderson able to get the reach around poke away, and then Carter tried to get the exact same move on Anderson, but came up with nothing but body and draws the foul. That's the first foul of our contest. Cardinals coming out to a 7-4 lead in the first half. 17:06 to play. Thanks for joining us tonight. Second game of our doubleheader on NCTV 17. And it's going to be a scrappy game. We know that. Cardinals losing in overtime to Augustana just a few nights ago in a game the Cardinals would love to have the last minute of that game back. They led in free throws down the stretch, let them down, and in overtime, Augustana not just took control, but pulled away for the important victory.
And on the road against a ranked team, you got to knock down your free throws, not just at the end, but throughout the game. And that was the Achilles heel. It was a very low-scoring defensive battle affair, too, in Rock Island.
That's a jump ball and will belong to Elmhurst as Carter took the shot and also tried to corral the ball on the floor. He and Anderson both extremely agile. That'll be a fun matchup to watch over the course of tonight.
Very good crowd, too, on hand here for senior night for Jagger Anderson and company.
To the top, near side now with Ryan Patton. Couple of dribble moves, knocked on the elbow, and fouled on the play. So he'll go to the line for 2, and the Cardinals will conference in the middle of the lane.
In the first matchup between these two teams, Dotlich led the way with 23 points for Elmhurst, so that's going to be a focus of emphasis for the Cardinals to not let him get going as much. And Caleb Murray off the bench, he had 15 for Elmhurst. And he just came in right away, about 3 minutes into the game off the bench. He was the first one off. He's probably licking his chops as he had a good game in the first time against North Central.
Couple of free throws good. 7-6 with 16:25 to play first half. Cardinals like to really slow the tempo down on the offensive end, but it's been the guy with the ball in his hands lately who has been doing a lot of damage. And a contact foul underneath. Matt Capoletti drawing the foul from Ryan Patton. But Anderson last week claiming CCIW Men's Player of the Week, and doing so by averaging a shade over 20 points per game and leading the Cardinals to a 2-0 record. Henry with the missed shot, couldn't get the follow-up rebound. And here comes Dodic.
In that game against Augustana, Erwin Henry had 22 points, 9 rebounds. Sorensen 22 points and 12 rebounds. And the rest of the way, Anderson had 12, but after that, the next leading score was 5 points. So looking for a little more balanced attack here in this one.
That was Mowry with the bank on the near side wing. Sorensen in the low post, passes out of it. Cardinals good ball movement around. Anderson has been pulling that of late. He has been hitting that as well. Comes up a little short right there. But how about the shooting stroke? And how about a steal? Here he comes in the open floor. Flies to the rim and good.
He got hit pretty hard with a screen as well there. It didn't even faze him as he just kind of stuck his hand there, took that away, and there's not many guys here at North Central that have more pickpocket steals than probably, I know he's only been here for 2 years, but their career than Jagger Anderson.
Already 2 for the senior point guard. Up and underneath, and Patton misses from point blank, but that's a tough angle to shoot that up from.
Anderson always looking to run.
Here he is, Capoletti. Anderson on the assist, no. Strong off the back of the iron.
I think when you talk about Elmhurst only having their last win, the last time these two teams met is because of, a little bit because of Moden and Jeremy Ireland being on that bench and knowing the game plan and how North Central plays.
Good move to the basket for Chang, patient in his approach. Gets the basket, and it's an 11-11 game. And Anderson blowing up.
So he's getting drilled by some screens.
Woefully short for Carter. Here comes Capoletti ahead of Erwin Henry. Tough finish, and the lefty's good.
A good fast break there as the ball didn't touch the ground, or touched the ground one time, excuse me, on a Capoletti dribble. But Sorensen, Capoletti, Henry in a tough finish, and good job of pushing the basketball.
John Baines calls a timeout, wants to talk it over. His team trails by 2. A good start for the Cardinals. Defensively, though, they're going to have to shore up a little bit against this young team. You don't want them having confidence moving forward. Cardinals lead 2 points with 14-17 remaining, first half of action. And to give you the landscape in the CCIW, it's very interesting. Right now, the Cardinals trail Illinois Wesleyan by half a game. North Central 7-6. The Titans are 7-5. Augustana, who the Cardinals took to the brink in their last contest, lead the conference at 11-2. North Park and Carthage are 8-4 apiece. And coming down the stretch, the Cardinals have their work cut out for them. They have the game here tonight against Elmhurst, and then they go on the road to face off with Carroll, and take that back with Carthage and Illinois Wesleyan, both of whom are ahead of them in the standings. And they also, by the way, are facing off tonight.
And I'll keep you updated on that one throughout the night. Carthage leads 15-13, 12 minutes to play in the first half. I guess whoever loses there helps you, but I would say you'd rather want Carthage to win that game right now if you're North Central, as you are closer to Illinois Wesleyan.
Shot from the wing is into the crux of the rim. No good. Missed by Dotlich. And the Cardinals have it on the offensive end with Anderson scooping it back to Henry. Down low, Sorensen. Double team comes. Sorensen runs right through a man and draws the offensive foul.
Sorensen with a major size advantage down low. And right there, I think he's thinking the defender was too deep and underneath in that circle, and he was able to kind of just go at him, but the defender had position and took that charge.
A lot of youth on the floor tonight. One man who is a senior is Tucker Harlan, who brought the ball up the floor. Number 4 now has it back in his hands. One of 3 seniors on this Blue Jay team. Dotlich with it. Near side, here comes a drive into the lane and a peel out from Nathan Rogers, a fellow senior, and a basket made. Evens it up at 13 apiece.
Rogers I'm not saying he plays like him, but he kind of looks like Wiest from last year. A lot of similarities in just kind of how they look and how their mannerisms on the floor.
Talk about a kid who could shoot.
Erwin Henry can.
I was talking about Erwin Henry, of course.
Henry!
How about the game he had against Augustana? A very quiet first half, and then he took over in the second half. And it was a big reason why the Cardinals were leading in the final moments of that game.
Henry now 5 early points in this one. 2 for 3 from the field. Now
Koth with the steal and leaves it behind as he tries to call timeout, and it is out of bounds. Last touch by Koth.
Koth with the lone bench points in that Augustana game, had 3 points off the bench. As you know, North Central would be looking for a little bit more production in the scoring areas out of the bench.
Lately, a lot of hefty minutes for the starters, which has, I should say, is problematic because some of these guys, if they get into foul trouble, there's no readily available bench player to step up and fill that void. You can never expect somebody to come in and take over the production Alex Sorensen happens to produce, but you'd like to think somebody could at least come close. Foul on the drive on Aiden Chang, and Brian Kern will go to the free throw line.
Chang there, upset with himself, got beat on the back door, just got a little push in the back. Not a bad foul, though. It was a wide open layup. You don't want to let him get it and make him earn it from the free throw line. But like you said, off the bench, can't expect that kind of stuff. But you got to get a little bit at scoring because you got somebody like Jaquan Phipps who you don't expect to score. And if anything he gives you is a bonus because his defense is so tenacious and so good on that end of the floor that you don't expect him to score. But you would like some other guys just knock down some shots.
Kern misses on the second, splits a pair, 16-14, 12:23 to play. Anderson, a couple of shimmy moves into the lane. Chang on the near side, over to Koth, and around to Anderson. They'll reset with 15 on the shot clock. Screen from the newly checked in Bronick, tries to slip to the lane. 6 on the clock now. Erwin Henry on the drive, takes a lot of contact off the glass, but they will not give him continuation. The foul came before the shot.
He's a dangerous player when he's attacking at all times. And he's like we've said, a very good and improved shooter too. He's very dangerous from outside, but when he's attacking, it just opens up his entire game.
13 foul on the Blue Jays, matches the 3 the Cardinals have already picked up.
The shot clock was running down too before that foul, so that resets the shot clock.
Henry already has 1, cannot collect a second. And Koth make that Bronick, trying to yank it back towards play, and it rattles out of bounds.
These teams play so evenly matched so far this year that you wouldn't expect to see Elmhurst with the record that they do have.
It's interesting because the CCIW as a conference is typically so strong. Even the quote-unquote bottom feeders are teams that are on paper competitive. They have players who have the skills to be competitive in the Division III landscape. How about that jumper right there, knocked down by Mowry, his second basket of the night.
It's also a very young team, like we've already said, and they lost 9 seniors from last season, a team that was ranked second in the country at one point. I believe they came into here ranked second.
Off the hands of Chang from the feed from Koth and out of bounds.
And number 44,
Chambers checking in for the first time for himself, along with Capoletti and Sorensen.
So a pair of subs in there, and Koth and Chambers. Chambers, just a freshman. He came on strong a month and a half, 2 months ago, and has cooled of late. But the freshman with a seriously dangerous stroke from outside when he starts to get going. Mowry again, rims around and out. Sorensen trying to bring it in. A dribbler up the middle, picked up by the Blue Jays, missed on the other end, and Chambers the rebound, he's fouled.
And Mowry looking very aggressive on the offensive end. Like we said, 15 points off the bench in the first outing between these two, and that one was about 80% of the way down.
As a shooter, those are painful. You do not like seeing that. 16 all as we approach the midway point of this first half. Koth over to Capoletti. Backdoor pass Anderson, off his foot, Chambers, and a foul on the Elmhurst player who was already on the floor. That's Brian Kern. And John Baines is not exactly, should I say, pleased with that call. And that is the 7th team foul. Make that the 4th team foul on Elmhurst. They had 7 up on the board a moment ago. They just erased it. They make it 5.
Something also to mention, Jalen Loving, a senior for Elmhurst, is out with an injury. He has started 17 games for them this year. I happen to remember him because I saw him play in high school a bunch of times, so I remember seeing him around. See him in some khaki pants there on the bench. He did actually play and get hurt in the game, the first meeting between these two teams.
Sorensen near side, over to Capoletti. Blitzes into the lane, stops on a dime. Jumper is good. And the Cardinals with the lead.
Very composed move.
No panic from the freshman this year. Entered the lineup a little late as Koth comes up with the steal. Chambers out in front running. Flanks to the outside wing. Three-pointer cannot make it, and he gets his own rebound.
Good job of fouling the shot there.
Pass to Sorensen is knocked away, and off his chest it goes. And he's asking Capoletti, next time, how about you send me a bounce pass my way?
It was a good look inside, just not able to get it to Sorensen.
A little hot, too. Came in pretty quickly. Left behind, and a 3 taken. Mowry misses off the mark this time, and Sorensen the rebound. Sorensen looked like he wanted to step into a 3. Little high-low action with Chambers, and now Sorensen working away in the post.
We like to see them try to get the ball into the post to Sorensen. His biggest size advantage inside.
Instead, straight away.
That works too. Doesn't have to be inside.
Inside, outside, he's lethal from just about anywhere on the floor. And we talk about the injuries that have decimated the Elmhurst Blue Jays in addition to their graduation problem. Injuries have played a part in the Cardinals season as well, with Connor Reardon having missed so much time. Shot clock had wound down inside 10 seconds. A bad shot put up and missed by Tyler Turner. Sorensen swamped, and he hits the deck, loses the basketball, and the ball now a big cherry hop, and it's still loose on the floor. Koth diving for it, and is it a foul or is it out of bounds? I'm not sure, but Koth looks like he's all right after taking a nasty spill.
Looks like every time Sorensen touches the ball down low, like most teams do, unless they have a big interior defender, will send a double team.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 34, Erwin Henry.
Henry will tag team Koth to the bench, and I'm sure Todd Reardon and company love that hustle from Koth. Giving up his body to stretch out for the basketball, and they practice that before every single game. That's how they kind of get pumped up. Sliding, practicing, diving for loose balls. It's been a staple of the Todd Reardon-led team for the last few years. And there's a conference between the referees. I'm not sure exactly what it is they are discussing right now. But both teams have now receded to the respective benches and are huddling up, as are the referees. 21-16, 8:22 to play. First half of action. Erwin Henry, 5 quick points. He's also tied with Anderson and Chang. Very balanced scoring attack early in this one.
We talked about Augustana, not a balanced scoring attack, with Henry and Sorensen having 22 each, and then followed by Anderson with 12, and then after that, there was barely anything. So they have responded well in this game as a team, and it's a balanced scoring attack. 3 players with 5 points, and Jagger Anderson with 4 points to follow up Chang, Henry, and Sorensen's. Capoletti with the other 2 points for the Cardinals. Right now, Erwin Henry 5 points, 4 rebounds. Trying to creep towards another double-double. And it's incredible at his size how close he gets to double-doubles or gets them in a pretty common fashion.
Into the corner, and a 3-pointer hoists it up and double bounced on the rim before being pulled down by Chambers. That was a quick pull from Austin Brown. Now Chambers wants it straight away over to Capoletti. Baseline drive, stops, floater good. That's impressive for the freshman.
He's just very calm with the basketball, doesn't panic, doesn't get out of control, and very good job of finishing a little floater mid-range game in the lane.
Outside Brown, over to Dotlich. Quiet night for him, just one field goal. Patton with the shot, knocks it through, rattles home, and they ruled that a three-pointer was awfully close to the line, and it's a 4-point game.
Elmhurst, right when you feel like North Central might be pulling away just a little bit, knocks down a three, gets right back to 4-point game.
Follow-away hook shot from Henry, good. And add that to his arsenal, his tool belt, if you will. He can do it all over the floor. He's proven this year that he can hit it from the outside, and we already know his prowess driving the ball to the basket.
I think the best way to describe him is I wouldn't say he's a point guard, but he's kind of a point forward. He can play really any position. I'm sure if you tried to play him at center, he'd give it a shot, but 1 through 4, he can play them all.
Three from Brown, who missed a moment earlier, makes it a 3-point game. Chang slips across the screen and misses the jump shot from the elbow. Rebound left behind, spun into the backcourt. Capoletti collects and hands off to Chang. Over to the near side, Henry for three, yes!
That's a hustle play right there.
It's 28-22. And Carter coming across the screen, goes over to Brown, misses, and Chambers skies for the rebound and is fouled on the play. Committing the foul is Caleb Mowry, the senior from China, Illinois.
Chambers already with 4 rebounds off the bench in the guard position. That's good to see.
That is the 6th team foul on Elmhurst. So the next one will result in a 1-and-1 for North Central.
A little full court pressure now from Elmhurst, trying to speed the game up a little bit. Jagger loves that.
Yes, he does. Here he comes flying into the front court. He thrives in the open floor. If he can have the defense stretched out with space, watch out. You might miss it.
You know the stamina they have in video games, they go green, yellow, red. I feel like he's always at green.
I've never seen him with his hands on his knees. I don't think once. Quick move to the basket, deflects straight down off the rim. It's a rare bad shot taken by Sorensen, who's usually so efficient from the field.
Going back to Anderson, if he is tired, he doesn't show it. That's like what you're saying. You don't see his hands on his knees. He does not show that he is sucking wind.
Patton pulls, in and out, no good, and a foul on Sorensen. Oh, take that back. Foul called on Tennant instead, as he was battling with Sorensen underneath, and that'll result with 2 free throws for the transfer junior.
That's 3 fouls, and he will check out of the ball game.
How about the story of Alex Sorensen? He goes and graduates high school, leaves and goes to Northern Michigan. Meanwhile, his brother is rewriting the record books as a wide receiver here at North Central, Pete Sorensen. He was a part of that team a number of years ago that went to the Final Four, losing to Mount Union in their bid to go to the Stag Bowl. And then, drawn by the lure of also being a North Central legend, Alex comes here and has been an absolute star in his 2 seasons.
All-American in his first year here. Preseason All-American this year.
Anderson backs out, trying to lob it down low to Sorensen, and it's knocked away. And Alex is saying, hey, I didn't quite have position there. Got to give me some more time. But 6'8", he plays like a guard. He bounces around and he takes 3-pointers. He's always active on both ends of the floor, and it's just impressive to see the amount of touch he also has picked up underneath the basket.
That size and that versatility is not a normal combination. They're sagging off Jagger Anderson. He's been shooting the ball real well see if he kind of steps in and takes one and get him to come up closer and guard him.
Chang, fall away into the lane, good. 8-point game, 30-22. Anderson wiped out on a screen.
That's the third time that he has been drilled by a screen. His teammates need to maybe let him know. He's probably not very happy. I mean, he's guarding all the way in the front court, so he might not even be able to hear if they are yelling.
That makes it a 5-point game. The 3 hit from Mowry. Anderson pulls, elbows around, and Capoletti almost picked up an over-the-back foul. Dotlich outside, and a travel call taken off a little early is Nathan Rogers.
We got a track meet going on here. They're going up and down the floor very quick. And Jaquan Phipps is going to go check into the game for the first time.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 4, Jaquan Phipps.
Going to get Matt Capoletti. Cardinals right now with a 5-point lead, a little over 4 minutes to play here in this first half. It seems like there has really not been any runs so far in this game. Not just trading baskets, but kind of little mini 5-2 runs. Nothing to really note of.
And nobody's really captured what you usually talk about as momentum. Henry buries the jumper.
Henry now up to 12 points already in this game, 5 rebounds to go with it.
You hear a whole bunch of people yell, screen! As Anderson was about to get wrecked again. Dotlich misses, forces up a second shot, and is able to get that over Chang.
Just
Back to a 5-point game.
Inside. Yeah, trading baskets seems to be pretty common right now.
Henry again swatted underneath. And Austin Brown almost just lost his shorts. They were down around the ankles for a brief moment. He didn't just pull down the rebound, he pulled up his pants as well, all in one fell swoop. That was impressive.
That's a panic. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel right.
There's a swift breeze all of a sudden. 32-27, 3:20 to play. Follow-away shot is well off the mark as Mowry comes up empty. Chang left wide open.
It's good to see Aiden Chang getting going again. As coming off a tough game from the field at Augustana. 10 points here in this one, 4 for 6 from the field, 2 for 2 from deep.
He faces up Dotlich. Brown at top. Flashing to the basket, and the shot good from Mowry.
Mowry's not shy to get those shots up. He's looking very aggressive against this North Central team again. 9 points already for Mowry.
2:35, first half of play. 6-point lead for NCC. Phipps, having just checked in recently, handling the basketball.
We've seen a lot of stuck nets so far. There's another one down there. It's still stuck.
Sorensen will fix that in a hurry with a 2-point basket.
I've seen more today than I think I've seen in months here at Gregory Arena.
Anderson giving a bit of an elbow to the back of the head of Mowry as he tried to set a moving screen. Anderson has that poked away and out of bounds. With 2:03 to play, it's an 8-point lead.
And a little fan throws the ball to the ref and gets a little round of applause down there. That'll make his day. Just touch it, seriously touching the basketball for a little kid makes the entire game for him. Even though they've probably touched 45,000 basketballs in their life. It's the game ball.
Yep.
Looking for Chang.
3 is not on target. He hit a moment ago.
Deep
past Mowry. Did he touch it? They will rule that he did.
It's good to see them looking for the hot hand, though, as Henry and Chang have been connecting from the field so far in this one. Chang, they ruled that a 2-pointer, so he's still 2 for 2 from 3, 4 for 7 from the field.
And that is a foul on Carter. Carter got right up into the grill of Anderson. And it looked like for a second Anderson almost threw him to the ground. But it was because of the fact that Carter was up and inside his body.
It's always interesting when the guy that goes flying is the one called for the foul. If you don't know basketball, you probably get confused by that.
So to the free throw line goes Anderson for a 1-and-1. Now, historically, this is not the place that Anderson thrives. A below 60% free throw shooter, able to connect on his first right there. I take that back. This year, he's gotten it up to 61%. Needed to update my own data bank in my head. Sorensen trying to fight for the rebound as Anderson splits a pair.
And Sorensen, good job in there. Had to be smart. They want to pick up that second foul.
A quick pull, surprising take, and it's out of bounds off the Blue Jays. A little surprised to see Patton take the quick three, even though they certainly have hotter hands than Mowry and Dotlich.
Yeah, but, I mean, when you get an open look, you got to take them, I guess. A 9-point lead here. Cardinals can close out the half strong, going in the half of the double-digit lead, make them feel real good.
90 seconds remaining. Anderson flying into the front court. Sorensen wants to cue up a three.
And the net stuck again.
I guess if you're the Cardinals, you certainly don't mind sticking the net up. That means you're hitting true. You're shooting true, you're hitting true, and you're up by 12. Dotlich falling away. Good defense from Henry.
1 minute remaining in the half.
Anderson, 5 assists already. Could be number 6.
3 straight. Yes, sir!
Sorensen, 13 points. And gives the Cardinals a 15-point lead.
That escalated, and I hate to use this from Anchorman, that escalated quickly.
All of a sudden, it was a 6-point game, and you blink, and it's up to 15.
We were just commentating, I feel like a moment ago, about how neither team has really captured the control in this game. And all of a sudden, the Cardinals are up by 15, and Alex Sorensen is a huge reason why. So is the three-point shooting.
7 of 13 from three-point land. That'll do it for you. That's almost half your points from 3.
That is a hot shooting squad right there. 44-29, 54 seconds remaining, and the Cardinals feeling awfully good as they head into the half.
Anderson, like I mentioned, he had 5 assists there, now up to 6 assists in this one.
Sorensen all smiles on defense, and now he sterns back up, waiting for the play to get back to him. He was joking around with Jaquan Phipps a moment ago, and now back to serious business.
Game face.
Mowry stutter steps into the lane. Up and under move is strong. Hauled in by Henry on the rebound. 7-second difference between game clock and shot clock.
Henry now 6 rebounds to go with his 12 points. Sorensen, 4 rebounds to go with his 13.
Anderson patiently waits. Enters it into Sorensen. Backdoor cut Anderson. Back to Sorensen. 4 in the first half. A little over-eager right there, and a foul under the basket.
And that's not a bad foul, as it's not in the bonus yet. Only the 15th foul on that one on Phipps. Elmhurst have a little under 10 seconds here to try to get this under 15. And they tell Jagger to go full court pressure. I don't think he minds that. That might be one of his
asking
hobbies.
For it, yeah.
Pressure defense.
I could see him coming in here with the lights off and just running back and forth at full speed.
Never getting tired.
Never. Dotlich with it. 6 seconds remaining in this first half of play. Fights up a shot and draws the foul from Chang.
Kind of switched hands midair there as he looked like he was going to go with the right, switch back to the left. He got a little enough of the body from Chang, and that's his second foul.
So 4 seconds remaining up on that clock. Senior night here inside Gregory Arena. First one made. Brings it to a 14-point game. The only senior for the Cardinals, Jagger Anderson. Between these two teams, and this is quite rare, 4 seniors combined between the two rosters. In college athletics, that's not the norm.
No.
The Cardinals women team alone had 4 seniors honored tonight.
And the Cardinals next year are only going to have 3 seniors on senior day as well, with Henry, Sorensen, and Danny Thomas as a junior.
So not a very young team on both sides.
Even more so for Elmhurst. Dotlich picks it off. Anderson nearly collided with him. The three off the mark in the first half comes to an end. So North Central, after the first 10, make that 20 minutes, leads 44-31 as we hit the halftime break. We'll be back for the second half of action on NCTV 17. An efficient first half has the Cardinals on top 44-31. Welcome back to NCTV 17. Kevin Jackman, Eric Gruber. Cardinals with a very strong first half of action. And the explosion of Alex Sorensen late in that first half, a big reason why they're up by 13 at the break. The big fella leading all scorers with 13 points tonight, 5 of 7 shooting, 3 of 4 from behind the arc. And it was his stretch of three-point baskets that raced the Cardinals out to a double-digit lead as we get this second half underway. Matt Capoletti on the near side down low to Sorensen, and he's stripped. Thoughts on that first half, Eric?
Well, Sorensen 3 for 4 from 3. Henry 2 for 3 from 3. Chang 2 for 2 from 3. There's a lot of the part of the success in the first half. You shoot the ball from deep well, you're probably going to be winning. And on the defensive end, I thought they did a very good job. Mowry got maybe probably too many looks that they would have liked, but otherwise, a very good job.
Rolls off the rim, no good for Sorensen, who had an open look on the baseline. Ahead to Patton, and he'll take the three. Knocked one down in that first half, as Capoletti, the last to touch.
Mowry was the leading scorer in the first half for Elmhurst with 9 points, followed by Dotlich and Patton.
Inbounded to Carter. An uneventful first half for the point guard. Just 0 of 1 shooting. Dotlich lifts and badly misfires. How about a quiet half for him, too?
Yeah, 7 points in the first half there for Dotlich.
Sorensen, 4th three-pointer of the night.
Why not? Alex Sorensen up to 16 points in this game. And that is his 4th three, like you said, and just getting it done from outside.
Trying to post him up right now is Devin Tennant, and that did not work out exactly as planned. Now he has the ball on the perimeter and gives off. Brown with a shot fake. Down low, Tennant with 3 fouls. 3 from the wing is no good, and Anderson taps it to himself. Sorensen, backdoor cut, blocked. Brown on the rejection, ahead to Dotlich. A move, cuts into the lane, shot left short, but a foul. And 2 shots at the free throw line coming.
A minute, 28 seconds before Lowry goes to the scorer's table to check in. He'll be coming in after the first free throw, but Dotlich, nice little Euro step in there to draw the foul and get to the free throw line. Lefty, like we said, hasn't really gotten going so far in this one. 23 in the first matchup.
Just curious, what is the point of having a guy sub into a game or a half 90 seconds in?
Well,
is there really that much of a difference?
The half, I could see it because you usually start the second half with your starters, and he had a good first half, so you want to get him back in as quick as possible. But the beginning of the game, he was only about 3 minutes, and usually it's because you want a scorer with your second unit. But if you're not going too deep into your bench, that doesn't really matter. But sometimes guys like the mentality of coming off the bench.
Interesting. Screen and a foul. That is
going
to be called on Mowry. That is his second, and the team's first of the first, make that the second half. 18-17 to play, and the inbound will come from the baseline.
You like to see the Cardinals here at 14 points with the lead extend it, and not just settle or trade baskets and give Elmhurst hope to come back into the game.
Capoletti drives and kicks. Sanderson over to Sorensen, feeling it from outside, but didn't have the space to pull. Henry does.
He's 3 for 4 from 3, and now he's up to 15 points to go with 6 rebounds.
Confidence from the outside is at an all-time high for Erwin Henry. Taps it to himself on the steal. Nice dribble into the lane, off the glass, cannot finish, but the foul.
It looked like he tried to wrap up, but couldn't quite wrap up Erwin Henry.
Blue Jay foul number 11, Ryan Patton, his second team foul.
That's Patton's second. And as you mentioned, he tried to keep Henry from putting that shot up, and Henry would not be denied a shot attempt and almost knocked that in. Instead, he has 2 free throws and can't connect on the first. Gregory Arena decked out with balloons and confetti and streamers. It is senior night here inside the Cardinal confines. as NCC opens up an 18-point lead. And Jagger Anderson, the lone senior for the Cardinals.
The Cardinals so far in this one have done a tremendous job shooting the ball from outside, but you can't take away from Jagger Anderson finding them on the outside. He's got 6 assists.
Patton gets it right back. Hits the triple as Sorensen wanted again to try and take a 3 himself. Outside Henry, stutter step into the lane, bounces out outside Anderson, over to Capoletti. Freshman for 3, rattled home.
He joins the 3-point parade with his first 3 of the game.
Cardinals lighting up the scoreboard from deep tonight. And this was a major issue as Anderson just plucks it out of thin air from the pass out of Carter's hands. Into the lane, splits a pair, and good! Jagger Anderson.
I think they were trying to foul him in the middle of the court in that fast break, but they couldn't catch him. I saw one of the defenders, I think it was Carter, that tried to reach out and try to grab him, but he couldn't.
If there's a play that epitomizes Anderson's 2 seasons with the Cardinals, it was that right there.
Energy, hustle, quickness, speed, defensive, he has such good defensive instincts that he knows how to time his steals. He knows when to jump. He knows when to go for those pickpocket steals. And he doesn't really foul much either.
What a find for Todd Raridan, a transfer from Lincoln Community College, a Springfield, Illinois native. Came here last year, and when you look at the stat sheet, you're not going to say this guy is the heart and soul of the team. But in a lot of ways he is. He sets the pace, he sets the tempo, and he is the leader. He's not going to get in your face. He's not going to verbally lead this team, but by example, with his energy and his presence, he sets the tone.
I think they're going to miss him, like you said, not only in that type of way and not only stats-wise, but his demeanor on the floor. He never seems flustered, and he's one of those guys that he's kind of got that straight face at all times. You don't see him smile much. You don't see him get upset much. He's always the same way, and I think that rubs off in a good way on his teammates because he never has a negative effect on them.
Oh, he's very even-keeled.
He might not be that vocal leader because he is very quiet, but he doesn't ever look frustrated, and that's a good thing to not rub off on other guys.
20-point lead into the lane, a foul. Dotlich will go to the line. Cardinals' second of this second half. And it's on Aiden Chang.
Cardinals just getting hot from 3, like we said. And this one now 10 for 17 from 3.
You look at some of the games earlier in the season, and this 3-point barrage would have drastically swung those games the other way. Look at that University of Wisconsin-Platteville. It's the 4th game of the year. And they just went empty from deep in that one. Same thing could be said for that Carthage game. And they really could have used it a couple of weeks ago. Trying to think of the game. It was against Augustana in that first half.
And you know what Elmhurst has got to be saying right now? Sorensen comes into this game a 26% 3-point shooter. They're going, well, if he's going to beat us there, they're going to beat us because Sorensen is a very streaky shooter from outside, and once he gets going, he's one of the better ones. But this year he hasn't really been able to get going from beyond the arc like he did last season. But this game, maybe he's found his stroke.
Chang, good little hesitation move into the lane and off the glass. Count it! The foul on Dotlich.
I don't think anybody
Very
underneath
delayed.
knew even what even Aiden Chang didn't know what was called.
I think he thought it was called on him for coming down on a guy.
Derek Dotlich is first, team 4th. Aiden Chang to the line.
Chang up to 12 points now, chance 13 with the free throw, and it's nice to see the Cardinals not settling and being happy with the lead they had coming out of half. They're trying to extend that as far as they can go.
59-38.
Of course, Jagger Anderson still applying that full court pressure.
16-12, second half of play. Elmhurst has been limited in almost every facet of the game. Capoletti just goes right up and over the top to pull down that rebound.
Maury's not getting any looks either right now. They're doing a better job of keying in on him.
Anderson wants to reset and just gets a little shovel pass from Sorensen. Chang goes to work. Capoletti fighting hard for it.
Anderson's always lingering, looking for those steals.
He just appears, it seems. Count the bucket and one. Just mentioned a moment ago that Mowry hasn't had many open looks. That was a pretty good one right there.
I call that on Sorensen, and it will be Sorensen will be a second.
Koth in for Capoletti, first sub in the second half.
Koth, a lot of hustle plays in that first half.
And that's the thing, it doesn't show up in the scoreboard or on the stat sheet, but it certainly felt. Oh, Chang leaked out, up and under move, good.
Nice find there from Anderson to Chang. Anderson up to 8 assists already.
He could be headed for a double-double.
7 points, 8 assists, 2 steals, and no turnovers.
Strong, and Brown following up his own miss with a rebound on the offensive end.
Not wanting to pull the trigger there is Patton with an open look.
Hasn't hesitated much tonight.
Just wasn't feeling it.
Mowry up and under, blocked by Sorensen. Ahead to Anderson, weaves back. Sorensen for three.
He looked like he got hit in the face too. He was looking at the referee saying he did get hit in the face, but I don't know if that affected the shot all that much.
No, but I'm sure it doesn't feel very good.
No. Still a foul.
14-45.
But it's one of those after the shot where it didn't really, you could say it affected it if you want. I guess if it was if it happened at the exact same time simultaneously, but I don't know if it did.
Patton straight away. Karam straight down into the hands of Anderson. Boy, he just goes from first to sixth gear in a hurry and cannot get the touch, but a foul underneath.
I call it on.
And it's, hold on.
Sorensen?
I guess it is on Sorensen. So that is his third.
Saying an elbow, I guess? I don't really know.
They were locked up underneath.
I don't know. I didn't really see much.
(61-40), 14-11 to go. Jumper Mowry didn't even bring the ball back down. Kept it above the head and knocked in the bank shot.
Phipps is getting ready to check in. I wonder if that's for Sorensen and maybe they go in a small lineup because he just picked up his third. We'll see.
Well, he's got to be careful prior to the next dead ball, because if he picks up his fourth, he's out a while. Henry down low, Sorensen off the glass.
Great find inside by Erwin Henry into Alex Sorensen. Sorensen up to 18.7 rebounds. Henry follows him with 16, and Chang now 15.
Tucker Harlan trying to go coast to coast and comes up well short. Sorensen cutting to the basket, reverse layup is good.
Great feed there by Jagger Anderson, and even a little smile from the senior as he just kind of bounced it ahead to Sorensen. He got a chance for another three-point play.
Checking out is Austin Brown in Tyler Turner, a 6'5" sophomore from Chicago.
Also for the Blue Jays, number 20, Nathan Rogers.
And they're sending somebody to recheck in.
And it will be Phipps coming in for Sorensen as he will wait. Chambers check in.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 22, Nick Chambers.
Aiden Chang will get his nightly 2 minutes of rest. And he does not come out very often. Although he has only played 17 minutes in this game.
Chambers, 5 minutes in that first half.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 4.
Both with some heavy minutes in that first half as well. Cardinals still looking for full court pressure. It's good. They're not settling and thinking that they're good to go. They want to keep getting added on, keep getting more.
(66-42). Down low, entered to Mowry. Fall away again, and this time short. Tried basically the same technique as he had last time.
So Elmhurst just seems pretty flat right now in this second half. The opposite of the last time these two teams met.
Anderson just a little off on the jumper. shook his defender right out of the shoes. Dotlich can't make it, and Chambers pulls it in. Henry wide open. Can't connect. Coate, the follow-up, no. Chambers the rebound, out to Anderson, and they'll reset.
That's just a hustle play right there. Offensive rebound and taking more time off the clock. That'll help right now. Looking for Chambers on a double screen coming around.
Toth, 7 on the shot clock. Anderson from deep. Yes!
Double-double is in sight now with 10 points, 9 assists.
Wow, what a night. On senior night as well.
It's not the 10 points, 9 assists. The points responsible for Anderson is way up there right now.
I mean, you could say 2 per assist, but some of those were to Sorensen for 3.
And feeding guys are getting fouled that aren't assists.
Speaking of fouls, this one called against the Cardinals. I believe Erwin Henry drawing the whistle.
Cardinal foul number 34, Erwin Henry is second.
That's his second personal foul and the team's 5th, matching the Elmhurst Blue Jays 5. 17-point lead for the home team on senior night inside Gregory Arena. And how about an update from Kenosha, Wisconsin?
Carthage trails Illinois Wesleyan 64-57, 8:54 to play in that one. And both those teams right in the thick of the CCIW race for the conference tournament. Carthage coming in at 8-4 in conference, Illinois Wesleyan 7-5.
I don't think the Cardinals really have a horse in that race. They don't really care who wins that game. They take on both of them in the next week, so.
Yeah, they control their own destiny now.
69-43. And we also heard over the PA system that Carroll took down Augustana. That actually, believe it or not, hurts the Cardinals, if only for the fact that Carroll stays in the race a little longer.
Looks like it's going to be between Carthage, Illinois Wesleyan, and North Central, but yes, they're still mathematically alive.
Chambers misses, and for the second time tonight, corrals his own offensive board. So he's taken 2 threes, missed 2 threes, and brought in 2 offensive boards.
Elmhurst has moved into a 2-3 zone, and Jagger Anderson knocks down another one, and Jamie Moten at the end of the bench can't help but smile.
He's covering his face right now.
He can't help but smile.
3 lips out, and an offensive rebound on Elmhurst. And you can't blame Jamie because last year, Jagger was not a 3-point shooter.
Cardinal foul number 2.
He could not, I mean, he could, but not consistently enough hit that shot to warrant taking 4 or 5 a game.
And I was at that North Park game where he had 25 points. The confidence that he showed, just not even just threes, the mid-range jump shots, he wanted to take them. It wasn't, oh, you're going to give it to me, I'll take it. He wanted to take those, and that's the difference right now, it looks like, in Jagger.
Ball winds up off the baseline and belongs to the North Central Cardinals. It's got to be bittersweet for Jamie Moten seeing his fellow running mate in Anderson tearing his team apart right now.
I think that's why he's covering his face, because you can't help but smile when somebody you play with for a year and they're doing something that they didn't really do the year you were here.
Anderson tries to cut off Rogers, and for the most part does. Tucker, lefty 3, good. Knocked down by Tucker Harlan.
Elmhurst has not really found any rhythm on offense or defense in this half. With that 3 they get to go, as that'll send Chang and Sorensen to the score table to check back in.
Anderson again. Oh.
Once again, Jamie Moten puts his hand over his face. He's probably saying that's what we want, but I guess not anymore. Jagger's transformed his game.
I mean, if you were going based on last year's intel from Jamie Moten, your game plan would be sag off Anderson, double team Sorensen, and don't allow them to get a rhythm offensively. The fact that Jagger is shooting in and around this zone is disrupting everything.
Well, here's something that I see right now on the stat sheet. Jagger Anderson, Aiden Chang, Erwin Henry, all 6 for 10 from the field. Very efficient. And then Alex Sorensen, 8 for 13. 21 points for him, 16 for Henry, 15 for Chang and Anderson. So the balance that wasn't there at Augustana is there today in a big way.
4 players already in double figures, and that is a sight to behold for the Cardinals. They really like that. 10:04 to go. And Harlan whizzes past midcourt. Foul called on the Cardinals, and going to the free throw line will be Nathan Rogers.
Cardinal foul number 22, Nick Chambers is first.
Chambers looked like he was running alongside Rogers. That's why he wasn't able to get that call there, and you're not going to get that call as a defender most of the time.
Anderson gets a breather on the bench, joining Erwin Henry and Matt Capoletti as starters, currently getting a bit of a break.
Cardinals got a chance to get to 100 points if they keep shooting the way they're shooting.
28-point lead.
He misses both.
Sorensen gets the rebound there, but Phipps is the reason why the Cardinals kept them from having a second offensive possession.
We'll see how long the starters are out there as this lead keeps extending.
Phipps keeping it alive off the miss from Chambers before stepping out of bounds.
Number 22, Caleb Lowry. Number 25, Austin Brown.
You have to like the way the Cardinals responded. Keep in mind, this is a team that beat North Central a number of weeks ago.
They got extremely hot from the field in the second half, and 50 points in one half, they'll do that. This game, North Central has locked down on the defensive end and really executed their game plan a lot better.
Chang quickly ahead. Koth cuts in and wheels around, having to go outside Sorensen, and they'll reset with Chang at the top.
Nice pass down low, and the finish for Phipps. 4 assists now for Chang, and Phipps gets on the board for the first bench points.
Popped up and controlled. A shot from Kern is off the mark, and Chang the rebound, and now they're off and running again. Chambers outside, pulls for 3. It's been off the mark a lot tonight, but not by much, as Sorensen finishes off the play with a bucket and a foul.
How about Nick Chambers doing other things, though? He's got 8 rebounds in 10 minutes off the bench at the guard position. That's a big-time rebounding game from the freshman. When you can't find your shot, you got to be able to do other things, and that's exactly what Nick Chambers is doing.
Returning for the Cardinals, number 10.
Anderson will check in for him. Anderson looking for his double-double, 15 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals for the lone senior on senior night.
Yeah.
Assist night.
It's Jagger night. You mentioned that during the women's game, that it is Jagger Anderson night. It really is now. I mean, it was a formality earlier, as he's 1 assist away from a triple-double. Take that back, a double-double.
Triple-double, no.
That'd be really impressive.
Did you see Jeremiah Green triple-double the other night?
Yeah. He had 4 points, 10 steals, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
That's the closest you're going to see someone get to a quadruple-double. And how do you miss the points?
I know. Phipps cuts into the lane, cannot connect, as Anderson nearly had his 10th assist of the night.
He was looking for it in style. Maybe a dunk by Jagger. Here we go.
And nope, they're going to call an offensive foul on Sorensen.
And he was going to lob that up, too. You could tell he was looking for his 10th assist. I don't even know if he knows how many he has, but.
Into the game for the Blue Jays, number 4, Tucker Harlow.
Aaron Tickness exchanging words with Anderson and joking around on the floor, and that's what a 31-point lead kind of affords you.
That's 4 fouls on Sorensen.
He's going to stay in the game. There's not much to lose, but you could just slam the door shut if it's not already closed and locked.
Sorensen's got 24 points and 9 rebounds. And a good box out down there by Koth.
Thrown ahead, and Sorensen could have used his older brother Pete's hands right there. That doesn't happen often. Sorensen is usually really good at bringing those hot ones in. Timeout Elmhurst, down 31. We'll take a break with them. We'll be right back on NCTV 17.
It'll be a full timeout.
31-point lead for the North Central Cardinals. And a balanced scoring attack doing the trick tonight. Following the timeout, it's the Blue Jays with the basketball. And needing something to try and recapture some momentum. Basket underneath will do just that. Coming from Nathan Rogers.
You see Jeremy Ireland on the bench as well up there clapping. He will be able to play next year as he transferred in conference, so he has to sit out a year, but he played at North Central for a couple of years.
Phipps fighting along the baseline for the right to the basketball, and it's knocked out of his hands and out of play. Ireland in some ways stuck behind Sorensen, playing that 5 position.
Not an easy guy to be behind.
I would say so, as he goes to work and draws a foul.
I guess not an easy guy to be behind, rewarded a run. Not an easy guy to try to play over.
Coaches talk about competition, open competition across the board. And you can have the appearance of competition, but when you have guys like Alex Sorensen or Connor Reardon when healthy, it's just not the reality of it. You're not going to outcompete the guys that are expected to be and who are the top players on the team.
Sorensen with those 2 free throws now up to 26 points in the game, go with 9 rebounds, and that's all American numbers right there. Got a shoe issue.
Busted shoe will stop play.
Is it busted or what's going on there?
Looks like he just came out of it. Usually they don't stop play.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 34, Erwin Henry.
Henry checks back in with those 16 points. Jagger still looking for that last assist for his farewell tour here at Gregory Arena, a little double-double.
And Sorensen looking for one last rebound for a double-double himself. Mowry, into the corner it goes, and picked off by the Blue Jays off the glass. Austin Brown with the basket.
Nice little adjustment mid-air there by Brown, as Capoletti was coming up over the top of that block.
Anderson outside Henry. Over to Sorensen, jump shot. Capoletti came flying in at the last second. Harlan missing on the jumper. Good rebound and a nice up and under move. Rogers with 2. 6 minutes to play.
I mean, it doesn't really matter now, I guess, because it's pretty much out of reach, but the Cardinals cool off a little bit from the field in the last few minutes. They've been pretty hot throughout the game.
Chang drives, floats. Can't convert, and a foul, and that'll get Sorensen out of the contest.
That's his 5th, so his final stat line, he falls 1 rebound short of a double-double. 26 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, a block and a steal for Sorensen.
And he fouls out trying to get that 10th rebound too. Good hustle tonight for the big guy. Mowry to the line for 2 with the Cardinals into bonus.
A good sign for Sorensen, 4 for 6 from 3, so maybe he figured out his stroke from long range.
Phipps the strong rebound. Anderson comes out ahead of it. I don't think the Cardinals are too pressed to try and get Anderson that 10th assist. I don't think they're at all focused on it as Anderson pulls from deep.
They might not even be aware.
Erwin Henry picks it off the turf. They may not.
I don't think that matters too much to Jagger either, as long as they get the win, which right now looks pretty promising. Oh, there it is.
Capoletti trying to alley-oop it in the pass, just a little too far behind the freshman. He can go up too.
Dunked it right off the front of the rim there. He was just a little short on it. Cardinals on Elmhurst make a little run of their own here down to 24 as it was above 30.
Fouled going to the rim. Anderson will go to the line.
Blue Jay foul number 4.
That is the 8th team foul on the visitors tonight.
Jagger Anderson to the line.
So Anderson looking to add some more and extend the lead, which stands right now at 24.
Anderson 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 15 points and misses the first.
Into the game for the Blue Jays, number 13, Derek Dotlich.
So looking ahead, 2 road dates. Carthage and then Illinois Wesleyan. Let's get an update on the matchup between those two very teams.
Illinois Wesleyan with a 9-point lead, 79-70. Make that 82-70 now, a three-pointer good. At 2:20 to go in that game, so Illinois Wesleyan looking like that one is pretty much in the bag.
25-point game. This one also looks fairly well in hand for the North Central Cardinals. Wasn't quite that way in the first half. It was close throughout, and then Alex Sorensen got hot, knocked down a couple of threes in a row. And it went from 6 to 15 in the blink of an eye, and the Cardinals haven't looked back since.
Well, yeah, the Cardinals won't be back here unless it's for practice, which they will have, obviously, but no more games here. After this one is the women, obviously, we still have that one game left on Wednesday, but the men go to Carthage, and Carthage is going to be 8-5 in the conference when those teams meet, and North Central will be 8-6. So the winner of that one will take the lead in conference play. Obviously, one game behind in games played is Carthage, so they have to play another game. But Carthage win the first matchup between the two.
And that was a close game, 10-point final, 75-65. Outside to Anderson, and they'll waste some more time. 4 minutes to play. And then Illinois Wesleyan came here what seemed to be an eternity ago. It was back during the non-conference portion of the schedule. The Cardinals beat them up pretty good.
Yeah, that was when Connor Reardon was still playing, and before he broke his hand, it seems like forever ago, like you said.
Anderson outside. Capoletti. Henry missed the jumper.
Rogers showing off his handle there.
Dotlich missing from the outside. He's had an awfully quiet second half.
Henry now 1 rebound away from a double-double. Everyone's real close, but not quite there between Jagger, Erwin Henry, and Sorensen.
And I'm pretty sure at some point in the relatively short future, the bench will probably empty out as well. Henry has his defender up in the air. The jump shot is good.
Erwin Henry, 18 points, another good game for him. That's going to be the foul to get Anderson a round of applause.
Cardinal foul number 10, Jagger Anderson is first.
That is a foul on Anderson, his first, and in a moment he will check out. It's a 1-and-1 for Harlan. And here comes the rest of the bench. And there it is.
For the Cardinals, number 2, Tommy Koth. Number 54, Jack Browning.
Or will they leave Anderson on the floor for the time being?
Number 42, Danny Thomas.
Maybe get him
They're
his
going to do
own.
a 1-and-1-for-1 swap.
Into the game for the Blue Jays.
I like the idea of that. Get the guys also that played well, get them their round of applause, and get Jagger his own. And that's about to happen right now.
Also in for the Blue Jays, number 2, Tyler Turner. Number 12, Will Miles.
And here it is, the round of applause for Jagger Anderson.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 12, Brett Kaler.
A great career and a lot of exciting moments here at Gregory Arena for the senior. And his, I know only 2 years, but it was filled with speed.
Dare I say it went by fast?
It's punny.
Still basketball to be played as Anderson collects embraces on the bench. Stripped and stolen. Turner gets it, taken away by Koth.
Koth is a ball hawk. Wherever the ball is, he seems to be there. Crossover.
Outside whiz into the corner. It's Clint Kohler. As Bronick flashes to the basket, caught along the baseline. Thomas on the opposite side. Follow-away jumper well off the mark. Bronick the board. And it's knocked out of his hands and last touched, I guess, by the Cardinals.
Number 52, Jack Wassel.
Jack Fossil checks out.
Number 31, Colin Bobstow.
Maybe take that back. Fossil checks in. Koth will check out.
Just a very solid win here for the Cardinals. They didn't let up in the second half. They kept their foot on the gas, extended their lead, doubled their first half lead, and just pretty much cruise control for probably the last 14 minutes of this game.
Very comfortable evening in a Cardinal uniform. Kohler immediately getting pressured by Arthur Jackson, who checked in a moment ago for the first time tonight. Minute 30 remaining. Trying to go for the backdoor cut, and Klossel was on the far side block and out of reach. Might have been intended for Bronick instead, who hadn't quite rolled to the rim.
And when you look ahead with Carthage and Wesleyan left, it is possible to lose one of those games and still make the conference tournament, but we've already touched on it. You control your own destiny now. You win this game, you took care of business at home. Now you got to go on the road and get at least one of those. If you win both, you're no doubt in the conference tournament.
Bronick with the steal after the turnover from Thomas.
Regulation time, 1 minute.
I always love watching the subs come in and able to contribute in a varsity game as Kohler misses the three and Wiz brings in the one-handed offensive board. More time will roll off the clock.
We saw Wiz at a big shot, and that, I believe it was Wheaton game, came in the end of the first half. Some meaningful minutes.
Has it stripped, goes over to Bronick outside Kohler. He'll take the three. Can't connect. Elmhurst, if they want, could hold for the final possession, but it does not look as if they intend to do that. Three is tantalizingly close to going in. Instead, Kohler the rebound, and that ought to do it tonight. Clock will wind down, and the Cardinals have secured their 8th win in conference play. 8-6 mark inside the CCIW. The Cardinals win 84-60 over a team that beat them earlier in the season. Great win for the Cardinals.
Well, the last thing I we already said it, but just proud of the team for not letting up in the second half, having the same mentality they did in the first half, going just as hard, trying to extend that lead, not settling, letting Elmhurst even think about creeping back in the game, extend that lead to 20, and never looked back.
Just to reiterate, the road not over to the conference tournament. The Cardinals on the road for the final two. Carthage and Illinois Wesleyan 08. And a berth into the CCIW tournament on the line in the final 2 games of the season. That'll do it for us. For our producer back at the station, Rachel Glover, our on-site producer and cameraman Chris Piccioldo, my color man tonight, Eric Gerber, and Kevin Jackman saying so long. We'll see you on Wednesday when the women take their turn and final bow at Gregory Arena. We'll see you then on NCTV 17.
Your North Central.